Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the week. We are going to jump into a traditional best of 3 Throne of Eldraine draft here, and we are actually doing it on our free-to-play 2 account. We're starting the path of not playing our daily free draft on the our main account, which we have 4x'd Throne of Eldraine already. And since we've 4x'd Throne of Eldraine on our main account, I'm just going to grind gold on that one, and I'm going to use these resources on a free-to-play side account to continue getting our daily draft in, but without using up our important resources on our main account, which we can use for the next set. And if you want to use resources for the next set, or for this set, or for any Magic set, of course, you should check out cardkingdom.com for all the selection and variety you've come to expect from a top Magic reseller like they are. And their shipping is incredibly fast. You get everything faster than you expect it. And then, oh yeah, let me get rid of Jay. I'll get that in a second after I thank Card Kingdom. And they're my sponsor. They have been for a while now, and I sure appreciate them. And if you ever want to remember a way that you can help out the stream, Card Kingdom should be on your list of retailers that you consider when you're making a physical Magic purchase because of their quality, reputation, and value. And if you're doing that, if you realize you're about to buy something from Card Kingdom and you want to tip the hat to me here on this stream, you can come back to my stream, click the link down there in the panels, and then you can make that purchase from my affiliate link, and that helps my stream. And yes, thank Mama for reminding me that today is Lumeria Day. Card Kingdom has created their own kind of Masters style set, existing cards repacked and in a kind of a draftable set, and they're calling it Lumeria. And you can go to cardkingdom.com and buy that. It's limited quantities because they're repacking it out of stuff they have on hand, and it's when they're done, they're done. So look for that. They even had a preview. There's even there's a kind of a collectible card of me that Card Kingdom made. I have to get a copy of that and show you guys. But I'm on it's my first baseball card that Card Kingdom made of me that we're giving out for the pre-release of Lumeria this weekend that they did. Anyway, thanks so much, Card Kingdom, for your support. And we're going to jump in as soon as I remove this with Jay Schneider guest logo, because you know what? All right, let's get going. So mad at Twitch right now. How do you launch a control panel that doesn't have a confirm button to save changes you've made? That's insane. One thing about this situation is we do not need a rare draft. This is our, let me update that info at least. We are not on an account where we care about collection building at all. And so we can actually both use our wild cards to craft up to get extra gems for this account sometimes, but also we don't need to rare draft ever because if we don't want to. But let me update the info too. Jeez, I'm so mad. So mad. Where's Jay? There. Yeah, Keeper of Fables versus Dragonfire is indeed the pick. What's up? Oh, Mama's doing what she can. Yeah. We'll make good picks. I can be completely mad at Twitch while making some good decisions here. We have the other notable cards like Fierce Witchstalker, possibly Guide Mother on the wheel. Hey, look, this is like the first So Tiny I've seen in weeks. You have to open them now. You have to open a So Tiny to see it. Yeah, Red Cap Might Wheel. I kind of like starting on Dragonfire given where we know the bots are at, but I don't mind starting on Keeper either. I'm going to start with a poll, I guess, because I'll go either direction. Let's see what chat wants to do. Keeper I think Keeper in the abstract and in human drafts is your definite pick. And then in this situation, though, knowing the bots undervalue red, it could be like drafting at a table of people you know don't particularly like red or white, where you say, look, the Keeper's the best card here, but Dragonfire is most likely to, when you multiply it by chance of playing it and chance of getting a strong deck in that color, could push out Keeper in this, given what we know about the bots. All right, everybody's going Keeper. I think we might come to regret that. I'll take Keeper, but I bet you red is going to be open and green. Well, green's been open too, though. Sometimes green-red is the place to be. So I actually like that. That's a good point in Keeper's favor, even given the bot situation we're in. Maybe it's a Streamlabs thing and not a Twitch thing. No, but it's not a Streamlabs interface. I can't even figure out how to do it in Streamlabs. That's changed as well. Let's see. Maybe I can do it. Yeah, I can't change these settings when I'm live. Output. And then the tool that Twitch has given me doesn't have an OK button, doesn't have a save button. It only has it brings up a window. I can change the text in it. There's no other buttons to interact with except a close button. And when I close the X, it doesn't change the... Oh, is that title command supposed to work? I thought you were just making stuff up. But if it's got to come from me, let's try it. Can you... Oh, here. Okay. Let me try it. Mama says this might work. I'll listen to Mama. All right, let's get back to this. Trapped in a tower is removal. Transformation is an interesting card. Is it removal? It depends on how good the creature you've put this on is, and if it's also can upgrade a bad. Well, Barrage is a 5-drop. I mean, I was going to get to Barrage. It's fine. It's big. It's fine. I don't like too many of these, though. I mean, this has won some games for me and others. You know, sometimes it gets the last 3 in. But this has the problem of being super expensive. This has the problem of being solvable by a lot of things like, not a lot of things, by Fairy Guide Mother and some aura removal. Which draft do I prefer best? What do you mean, like best draft set or best arena format? My all-time favorite? Gosh, it might even be Dominaria now. I used to say Rise of the Eldrazi, followed by maybe Innistrad. But really, Dominaria captured my heart pretty strongly. Anyway, I'm gonna take the cheaper removal. Maybe. I don't know. These are both kind of weak. Not kind of weak. That's not fair. They're both removal. Both of these are removal with issues. Yeah, we could take Kenrith to stay on color, but I don't think it's that great. I think we should go with the cheaper removal, though. I do agree with that part of it. Razor. So I'll take Trapped. See what happens there. Charmed Sleep, more removal. Shield Breaker always finds a target if you're patient, but you also have to have the discipline to play it as a boring 2/1 for 2 on 2 when you need to. Deathless Knight, pretty strong, works with Keeper of Fables, but very, very, very specific. You know, it's green-black or mono-green, basically, because I don't ever really pursue mono-black. So if we took Deathless Knight, it would be somewhat of a speculative pick that we have a high chance of not playing. Spec means unlikely to play or less likely to play than a typical pick, but because of the lack of strong picks where you clearly are, you take it just in case. But yeah, spec stands for speculation, and that's what it means in that case. Like, you're not suggesting there's it's a high chance or 100% chance that you're going to play something. I'm so off of blue, I barely even see this Charm Sleep. Like, blue is now just so snapped up by bots that I don't trust it unless I see signals at the 4, 5, 6 range. Pick 5, pick 6. If there's a Charm Sleep, then I'm in. So I'm gonna take Deathless Night and we'll see. So we're speculating on Deathless Night, but we may not play it. Well, Into the Story is a pretty good card. Run Away Together. We've got some good blue stuck around by pick 4, so we could absolutely take some blue here. Rimrock, Maraleaf are also options. Media says Charm Sleep was mediocre even when bots let blue go. Mediocre. I think it's a little better than mediocre, but I hear you. It's got some problems like Trapped in the Tower does. You want Brute? I think we wheel Brute here. Bots still don't take Brute much, and I mean, it comes around late. I don't feel the need to prioritize Brute. Yeah, what are we taking here? We either dipping into blue or taking Rider, I think. I think Rimrock is also tempting. Flutterfox also, you know, we could just take Flutterfox. I don't think I'm going to take Alliance either. That's Mabinap asks a great question. Can we ever be in blue now? I'm very nervous about it. I'm very nervous, and like these are all very good blue cards, but they're just not enough to pull me in given my fear. And maybe that's wrong. I don't know how you all are feeling about it. We're all operating on our own little bubble of information. But yeah, Rider does support what's, you know, we're not going to play, for example, Flutterfox and Deathless Night, but we might play Rider and Deathless Night. But because these aren't even that great, like, if not blue now, then when? Like, didn't say please. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Runaway Together is specifically good in the mill deck. It's not bad elsewhere, but let's face it, this was all about bouncing your Secret Keeper, and the Secret Keepers, I'm certainly not counting on mill blue. Like, if we're taking blue, we need to be thinking about how we're going to be winning outside of mill. And well, that's the thing. I don't even see that. Are they signals? Maybe, but I don't know what, like, but they're not that amazing. Yeah, like Secret Keepers are impossible to get, so that makes Into the Story worse. It makes Runaway Together worse. And frankly, it makes Didn't Say Please worse, because all of these are kind of supporting that Secret Keeper strategy. So I don't know if this is a signal. But yeah, I think I've talked myself into the fox. This draft is taking a while, sorry. A lot of things are making this take a while. Let's push it a little faster here. In this case, we could take Rosethorn. We also don't need to worry about, we could just take a Barrage here or a Griffin. Just because we have these two doesn't mean we're green, especially like this one we said was pretty speculative. You need to be green, black, or basically mono green to play this. And we have now 2 white cards. I think it's less likely that we even play this. So like if we remove that from view, and it's not that I've had someone criticize me in Twitch, YouTube comments for like pretending a card doesn't exist from my picks, because it's like, it does exist though. It is part of the consideration. Yes, but I'm just trying to put different lenses up. So we're putting a lens up right now that reminds us what will we take if we didn't have that, and is like the Rosethorn Acolyte so strong in this case, or the Keeper so strong, that we're going to take Rosethorn. And once you, because this helps me, because when I remind myself that this isn't actually a strong potential playable unless things really change, that I would rather just have Barrage over Rosethorn in this situation and keep red open as an option. Rosethorn is fine, but it's actually been falling on my list. It doesn't tend to ramp towards anything super important to ramp to, and the 2/3 body is whatever, anyway. So I'm going to take Barrage to stay open to, again, what the bots have been doing so much, which is just passing quality cards like Rimrock, Shield Breaker. Like I think we take Rimrock here, but you know, this is why way back at the keeper pick, I was kind of leaning, go ahead and just play to the bots and take red. So yeah, let's take Rimrock, and we may abandon the green and just get into red, into Boros aggro. Oh look, a bunch of things that totally support Boros aggro. I think we take Pathlighter here. Flutterfox is nice. Starting on dwarves would be okay, but there's a lot of adventure creatures, and the Pathlighter really pushes things up. If you're, you know, you're making a 4/2 Rimrock Knight, for example, that's big game. And here's another Rimrock for us to take. You could make an argument for a Searing Barrage, but again, these are clunky enough that I don't prioritize them heavily. Is Eldraine draft finally fixed? Depends on what you mean by that, Red. Yeah, Rimrock is just simply better. And yeah, as David just called out, Barrage wheeled and it was the best red card in our opening pack. Not true. The best red card in our opening pack. First, Barrage didn't wheel. This is the wheel pack. But the best red card in our opening pack was the Deal 3, which did not wheel. But the red cap did. We could take Unicorn, but I think red cap's more important in the deck. We got 2 Rimrocks. Rimrocking a Raging Red Cap is very nice. Fling was pretty darn good in the 10 life format. We're going to take Outflank in this format. We have a couple buffs already for the old Red Cap. Well, we do have Pathlighter to make Unicorn better, but I'm with you. I want Heavy Knight synergies or even a little more than just a Pathlighter. Yeah, the way they're handling bots is producing situations where it's simply learning the new way in which they're broken. Hope we don't play this cow, but we'll take it. I think we're out of green. The 4 of you who wanted to heed my red call and take the 3 damage red spell would have been rewarded there. Yeah, I think 10 life was not good with the current bots, especially. It was a silly format. Jikerman, that might help. I think you're onto something there. I don't know what they're doing and why they wouldn't just... They say they have personality, so I don't know why they wouldn't mix it up like that. This is funny. This is one of the mythics we need on the main account to 4x it, but this is our secondary account where we don't care about rare drafting at all, or mythic drafting. We could take it and use up some of our mythic rare wild cards to get 40 gems for the account, but we can do that when there's not a better pick, you know, in a less opportunity cost situation. So we'll take Trapped in the Tower here. Keep moving towards aggro Boros. Here's a Dragonfire we'll take. Not much else in this pack, so we're not going to wheel anything out of it. I mean, this will come back around, but it's not going to make our deck. So that's too bad. Nothing's wheeling out of this for us, but we'll take the easy Dragonfire at least. Scarecrow is... I'll give you decent. I could believe that Scarecrow is decent. A 2/4 is a interesting set of stats for the current meta. I'll agree with you on that. Robert? Yeah, we'll just take another Dragonfire over the much cleverer but trickier to use Joust. Steel Claw Lance would be nice if we were in the right colors there, but this is an easy Dragonfire. Maybe not easy, but this is a Silver Flame Ritual pick. Jousting Dummy or Raging Red Cap. Let's look at our... Oh, we're pretty good on 2s. Let's get another cap. Yeah, that's fair, Robert. I would play a 2-4 before a 3-3. I think you're right. I think 2-4 is a better set of stats for the current meta than 3-3. All right. Photoshop dude. Getting our deck. I'm expecting to wheel the Weasel back. Weaselback appropriately goes late. It's still not amazing. It's just okay. So we can take this non-knight that has a potential to get bigger, or we can take this knight that has no potential to get bigger in and of itself. Or we get it, yeah. If we're talking about a 2-4 colorless being good, how about we do take a paladin then? Maybe it's just time for keeping a paladin in the deck. So let's look at that. Would we play that? I know what you mean, Robert, but I don't know if we play it. I think we just don't want others to play it against us. Yeah, I guess we'll just take a red cap, though. I like that this can get to 4 power. Speaking of, you like 2-4s. If 2-4s are good in the format, wouldn't mind having red cap Raiders to charge in at 4-3, right? We're going to get another one of these on the wheel anyway, remember? Or there was one pack I was saying, we'll get a Paladin back, but nothing else. Probably the pack, I think pick 10, we'll get a Paladin. Barge In or Silver Flame, interesting. They serve similar purposes. This is more flexible, but much clunkier. But we do have a Pathlighter to make the Silver Flame Squire side better. Yeah, Barge In is decent, especially with the red cap. But I think the Pathlighter pushes it over the edge for Squire for me. Here's our wheel. Oh yeah, actually, you know, the 2-4 Vigilance that Robert was talking about as a playable in the format. But again, I think we would probably just want Raiders over 2-4 Vigilance. I think I want that over Thrill. Yeah, just take another Raiders. I don't know if we'll play them both. Oh, this is the one where I was saying there was going to be literally nothing for us. Yeah, we'll take Vault Progress. I don't already have... Do I? I don't... Oh, yeah, here's a Scarecrow if we want to consider it. I don't think we'll play it. I think it's good against us, maybe, but I don't think we'll play it. Joust came around. Might have enough Knights to make that work. We'll see. Do a Knight count later. It's kind of a free pick anyway. All right. Jousting Dummy will take over more cows. TLK may make the cut. More mythics. That's funny. We're just getting mythics thrown at us when it's not on an account where we care. We could just take Rimrock. We're going to wheel the Rimrock though. Neither of these play in a Boros deck effectively. Yeah, actually, given that we're going to wheel the Rimrock, we could take Nogre. We could take an Ogre Errant, but I think this is a good place to show how to manage a secondary account for the gem grind a little bit. I've stopped doing this on the main account because I don't think you should do what I'm about to do anymore on an account where you actually care about your collection building. But on an account where you don't care about your collection building and it's an account purely to be used for getting free limited play in, which is what this account is for, we should do the opportunistic mythic drafting and do the crafting trick. So right now we have no copies of the Great Henge, but since the only thing this account is for is to draft, I'm going to turn this into 40 gems since we're going to wheel the Rimrock Knight and we can give up an errant to get 40 gems. So what I'm going to do is leave this draft. I'm going to look up Henge. Oh, I got to show not collected. That's the whole point. We don't have any of these. So we're going to craft 4. You might want to do the, wait until you get something you have at least one of or whatever, but given that literally this is the only thing the account is for, it's fine to use this resource to turn into gems. So by spending 4 wildcard resources mid-draft on a mythic I had none of, we go back in and now draft this as our 5th copy. We'll get 40 gems for that. And that's on an account only meant for drafting. That's the correct way to use wildcards. Let's see. I think we made the right... I understand there's some cool green stuff coming, but I think we did the right thing. This is a little bit sad. We didn't wheel that red cap that I thought we would. I thought we were going to wheel a Weaselback, but we didn't. We have 1 outflank. I guess I'm going to take Weaselback number 1 before outflank number 2, but this is close, and I think we may wheel the outflank anyway. Let's get small. Also, the one thing I appreciated about the 10 life format is that it gave Inquisitive Puppet a home. Inquisitive Puppet was downright good in the 10 life draft format. Keywords to the list. Embereth Paladin auto wheel, and if it doesn't, I don't care. We take Rally for the Throne if we wanted to get a little wider, but I don't think it quite does what we want. We do have... I was thinking of this because we do have Silver Flame Ritual. So, but it doesn't quite go wide enough to be worth the 3 mana, I don't think. Aggro Mirror Breaker. We are in best of 3. That's true. We could just take the Rally because it's going to be good in some instances, and we'll probably wheel the other stuff we might need. Probably wheel the Rally, actually. Yeah, I agree. I think most of what we want is going to wheel. Do we want another Jousting Dummy? I think we're pretty okay on 2s. I don't want to prioritize Jousting Dummy here, so I'm going to take... I'm going to take Rally and try and wheel the outflank, but I think it doesn't matter. I think we're going to wheel what we don't take. And talking about getting small, take another red cap. Suddenly feeling like I'm drafting the 10 life format. I think we'll get that outflank, Robert. I think we'll just get it on the wheel. Maybe I'm overestimating how much outflank we'll wheel here. It's Youthful Knight or the Trebuchet. Trebuchet, how are we doing on Knight so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's remove the cow and actually probably the Scarecrow. Right now we have just the 7 Knights and we're in pack 3. I think we just take the Youthful Knight. And as a I think we're on Youthful Knight plus the Rimrocks being very nice. And Trebuchet, we're not enough of a dedicated Knight deck to go Trebuchet at this point, but maybe that'll come around. Wouldn't hate that. Another red cap says maybe we are. We could take a Unicorn here. It does make a Knight on 3. We're pretty kind of low on 3s, although we have 5 3s we're happy to play. Yeah, with 6, we have 6 3s. So maybe we do. We'll just take another red cap, probably wheeling this anyway. This looks like a clear Flutter Fox over any of the other twos. To make Trebuchet the pick there, I would have wanted like not 8 or 9 knights. It was close. It was close, but it's just also youthful. The alternative was Youthful Knight, which is just like generically good and is one more knight. I did have to restart. Oh, sorry. Here, let me restart. There was a restart that happened, so let me cardboard live you. Hopefully, this will get it going again. Another red cap, but we're going to take another Flutter Fox here. We're not like overflowing with ways to launch the foxes, but we have enough, I think. All right, how's that? If you do a reload, maybe you'll have Cardboard Live. Let me know if somebody pick up Cardboard Live here. I'm not getting it yet, but hoping some of you do. All right. Take another fox. Still working out what the fox says. Ogre Errant came back around. Oh, and our what is it, a Rimrock? I was trying to wheel, trying to get a Rimrock, but it did not wheel, so that turned out to be a not the free henge that I thought it was going to be. What's the benefit of wasting your wild cards? Wasting your wild cards random for gems. This is an account where we don't care about our collection. Imagine that the only thing you were ever going to do on this account is play limited and then log off. That's your main goal for this account. At that point, what do wild cards do for you? Absolutely nothing. They're truly worthless. All wild cards do is build your collection. And if you don't care about your collection, that means you don't care about wild cards. But what else can you do with them? You can do what I just did and convert wild cards into gems instead, which is what this account is about, because what we want to do on this account is play limited, and that requires gems and gold. Outflank did make it back. Here you go. Well, red turned out to be, there was clearly a bot in red, but maybe not white. We have such a low curve. I think I'm going to go with the outflank. Let me do a creature check. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we can actually take the outflank here and still have plenty of creatures. Yeah, we could take the dummy to help foxes fly. We have Gingerbrute, Trapped, and Jousting Dummy number 1. Is it worth giving up an outflank to help foxes fly a little better? We do have 6 removal. We have pretty good removal. All right, we'll take the dummy. I'm down. I think we're going to do a top at 3 deck here, though. Let's see. This is going to be an interesting build, I think. We might need another outflank because of... I will take a Griffin, but I actually think we're going to go no 5s in this one. Don't think we're going to play Beloved Princess. But yeah, this could be a 15 lander, really. We cut this. I might keep the 1 Silver Flame. Pathlighter, not amazing, but still just kind of flies. What do we got here? 1710. Yeah, maybe just cut Rally and Ritual. I'm worried about that too, Razor, but I kind of want to give it a try anyway. Like, we just run this and... Yeah, I was liking Ritual as a finisher. You could still put in Ritual, I suppose. Over what? Have 1/4. Yeah, maybe Joust. That's a good call. it's pretty clunky, and we're doing much better things with our removal with 2 outflanks, the red cap, 2 dragon fires, and a trapped. I think I like cutting Joust. I think cutting Joust is correct. And then trying a lowdown build here. We could do Blow Your House Down, but I think we have enough reach with our combat tricks and ritual. Barrage is on the bench because we're looking at a 15 lander with 1 kind of risky 4-drop with 15 land. Brute is only just okay, but it is doing what we want to do, and it does help our foxes fly. I agree that it's just okay. Yeah, we could consider Blow Your House Down. With 17 creatures, we could cut a Raiders for it. I do like that Raiders... This is this 3-drop that pretty easily threatens to be 4 power, and I think that's important. But this is probably our worst card if we do that. All right, I'll try a Blow Your House Down over Raiders as a starting point, but I'm not sure of this one. When I have Blow Your House Down in hand, I am going to ask myself if I wouldn't rather just have a Raiders. We're still 16-9 creatures to spells. And then... yeah, we can expand it out to get into the 5s if we want during sideboarding. What are we calling this? How about top 3? Because I know we have a ritual, but the idea is we are topping out at 3. How about 3's a crowd? Astruth, I do 1 to 2 drafts per stream, Monday through Friday, and then I draft offline on my own time a lot too. But I'm glad you're here. Been a while since you could tune in, but here you are. Excellent. Do we like red over white? Yeah, I guess with the Trips red cap we do. Hello, Fort Niet. Is that how you want that pronounced? Hello, Fort. Glad to have you here. All right, this is going to be interesting. Top at 3 aggro. I do agree that these are the types of decks that can look pretty sweet on paper, but then have real issues in play. You know, you flood out a little and you're just done for, or you know, it stalls even a little bit and then you just have no power to break through. So that's why we're playing like Blow Your House Down. Playing first is great for us. No white yet, but we can do a lot with the 2 red, so we'll keep this. All right, that's what we included over just a 3/2 dork. See how it plays before this is over. Oh man, they have, looks like they have Rimrock Knight or the deal 4 uncommon. I'm going to offer either of these creatures in trade for that rider, and if they accept, great, we'll play another Jousting Dummy. If they don't accept, we can Dragonfire. I might just play the Jousting Dummy either way here. Yeah, it could be barge in too. That's true. It did pause during our attack. We'll have to note and see if it pauses for them in ways that betray it as barge in versus something else. Yeah, but you can target your attackers, right? And it was pausing during our attack. Yeah, they were trying to decide whether they want to make that trade. And we're going to throw down another dummy. And probably try to use dummy as removal, but actually if they attack, we might just take it and know that Dragonfire has our backs for the crackback. Let's see what they come up with here, though. Yeah, that's an interesting call. I think it's there's not very many things. I can't think of 4 toughness things in red-green at 3 mana, which means we should be able to scorch anything they come up with on the way back down, and then we crack in for 5. And I'm willing to make that trade right now, so I'm going to say no blocks. Then eventually we find land. If we find a plains, we get to lay out a couple of foxes. Ooh, they didn't do anything. Fascinating. All right. I don't remember any untap stuff in red or green. Could be the rare flash, but we have the Dragonfire for that. That's kind of what I meant. Like, I don't think there's anything that red-green can do for 3 mana that we can't answer with a Dragonfire. What's burn, Craig? Dragonfire is burn. Oh yeah, they might have burn. They might have burn. And heck, they're going to use a slaying fire on the old jousting dummy. That's great for us. Let's see. Do we want to pump, save Dragonfire, or just drop Weaselback number 2? I don't think we want to pump here. I think we just want to save Dragonfire again. Yeah, Weaselback number 2 does provide some more pressure, I suppose. Trouble is, I'm going to save Dragonfire and use it on Rider. In fact, maybe I'll just burn out the Rider now, because they are going to get to 4 mana, which could be where they start having stuff that gets out of Dragonfire range anyway. Yeah, I could have used it for pump. I'm going to say end turn. We'll get a little greedy here, especially because they have shown, like, possibly a Rimrock. If they go for a greedy Rimrock on the Rider just to, like, get an extra damage, we can really punish them. Well, there's pros and cons. You know, if they have Appetite, for example, we didn't want to wait because now they can trade Appetite for the Dragonfire, whereas we could have gotten the Rider with shields down. But given that they've clearly shown us either Barge in or Rimrock as the most likely, it's nice to have instant speed burn, because if they go for some damage or whatever, yeah, like this, perfect. Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar. Like, now it doesn't matter if it's Rimrock or Barge in. Neither Rimrock nor Barge in saves Rider from this removal. So we're going to make him have something like Insatiable Appetite. Thank you for that sub, Tom Heim. Appreciate that. Well, now it's use all our mana on a pump or use some of it to get another red cap down. I'm going to get another red cap down, because then you can get into spots where you get to pump the unblocked or the blocked red cap, depending on what's more advantageous for you. Well, hey, we did play 15 land, so I'm not even complaining about that. I mean, we're only running 7 planes total in the deck. As Luis has said, you know, some of the reasons we run 17 land as a default is not because 17 is the perfect mana ratio in 40 cards per se, but because a color needs a certain quantity before it's viable. And 7 is pushing it, you know, 7 is pushing it as in terms of just total number of sources of white for the deck. But there is land number 3. Hopefully they just got aura, you know, they got flooded on support here. But we're going to attack in, see what they want to do. But if they do nothing, we're just going to attack for what we've got and then play red cap. Not do any pumping. Also, I think it's risky pumping into open red mana because you're just going to get Dragonfires thrown back at you. But building up a creature board with Blow Your House Down in hand and Oppo at 6 just seems correct. They need, like, deal 1 to everything. Yeah, if they're going to spend time equipping the... Yeah, okay, we win. We just win. Huh, they didn't want us to show anything. So, kind of a red-green aggro race. They're running a lot of equipment. Too bad we didn't get any of those adventure knights that destroy artifacts, because Oppo has a bunch. So we've got red-green aggro against us on the play. This could be where we bring in Rally and surprise them. Yeah, True Love's Kiss. Like, now we can push out our numbers a little bit. I think Rally is good in this matchup. They might come in with a Ginger Brute tapped out, for example, and we just get to pick one off for half of this card. And then I think... What do we want to cut for this direction, though? This is where it's like, it's tough. We got good cards. Maybe 16. Yeah, we can get rid of the blow on the draw. And then we need to cut. I need to cut quickly or I'm going to run out of time too. Pathlighter, I want the 2 red caps. Yeah, I think we can cut a red. That's why I was checking creature numbers. I think cutting one of those 1-drop red caps is fine. But now I want to cut one more and add in planes. Little hesitant to cut any more, especially cutting things that launch. I want to cut a spell, not a creature. Although this is a creature, we could cut the worst creature, but I don't think we want... I don't want to cut my things that launch foxes is the problem. Maybe we just cut the Rally, but keeping the TLK. Gotta make a decision. I'm going to do that. I'm back out on my Rally decision. But I like sliding the TLK in. Yeah, keep this. I like that we're in the right matchup for this to not have a drawback. They're moving in on that a bit. We're going to trap it in a tower here. We could dummy, let him spend another... Because if we dummy, they have to spend a mana next turn to make it unblockable. We take another 3, but we do have an answer for it. I actually like getting a dummy out here. Yeah, we could trap it. But they can't attack with it unless they give up a whole mana out of their 3rd turn. I love saying, go ahead. Go ahead. Spend one of your 3 mana on turn 3 to get that Brute in. Well, I gotta say, that was a nice nice thing to have on 2, although they, oops, didn't attack. Sorry, Oppo. little mistake there from Oppo. It just they just clicked through, I'm sure. They're shaking their fist right now. I've been there, Sir Murky. We could trap and cap. I think we saved trap and cap for later too. And right now, send in both, and then put down red cap, and then see what they want to do. Yeah, I'd make it. I think you're right. We'll make any trade, so let's send in both. The only reason I wasn't snap doing both is, like, do we want to get into a race? And I think red cap down after this, threatening the rider, does what we want to do. They might drop a mountain and, like, burn out our red cap and knock us down to 10, but I think we can recover from that too with the double removal in hand. So we're taking some risk here in basically agreeing to enter a race with Oppo on the strength of our double striking red cap on defense. But we're doing it because if they do have the tools to dispatch our red cap and get us for a pretty big swing, we do have the tools to then immediately follow to contain the threats they're currently using. Hey, Fool Auto. Yeah, if they put Brute on Weaselback, I'm content with that pump as well. Spending our turn doing that would be fine. All right, so we'll make that. That's a good trade. But yeah, we're only prevented from dropping the red cap if they make us pump in a way that also prevents us from taking 6 damage. So see, by waiting, by being patient, we get a 3-for-1 instead. I was hoping for the TLK off the top. That would have been great. But the land is nice because we can trap and joust on the same turn. Let's get this thing trapped already, but we can attack first. No, it prevents them from, like, sacking the cookie for life, but it does not prevent them from moving the equipment. Still, it's 5 to move equipment. I don't think they're going to be moving it anytime soon. Yeah, they're like these upside auras, right? But frankly, a +2/+1 for 1 mana is a pretty decent aggro aura. All right, we can cap and path. We can, I think we want to definitely cap. We'll save the brute. So we're going to cap and path. I don't know if it was better. That was a choice. But keep in mind that cap on Ginger Brute requires a land sacrifice, and I didn't want to do that. Knowing that they're playing red, and then we would have a penalty-free target eventually. Now, next turn, with no land draw, we get Ginger Brute, activate, and pump a red cap. Or pump this red cap. Quick update too on, I was talking how I'm making you guys wait on some stuff. My son is just hyper busy, but I do have some meme designs in his head now, and I hope to thinking about just surprising you all with this stuff when it was ready, and maybe that is still the best thing to do. But I also feel like I've been dangling stuff that I just want to keep you updated, be transparent about where I'm at. So I've reviewed a bunch of reviewed some what I think are good meme ideas with my son, and I just need some of his time, which is even maybe more precious than mine at this point. He's a busy kid. But I also am looking into tools to better manage these memes, because they're getting a little bit out of hand to manage in Streamlabs. There's just a lot of them, and it's a clunky interface. I have found someone also suggested that I should just get a soundboard going, that it doesn't need to always be memes. I could just play little audio clips from songs that are tied to various cards and do that. So I have looked into that. I am looking into right now here. I'll let you even know the software I'm considering. I'm looking at Simple Soundboard as the here. So I'm looking at this as a soundboard solution. Well, a Stream Deck, I don't want a physical solution. I want a software solution. If you have a suggestion, I've been Googling and trying to figure it out. Maybe I'm missing something obvious, but what I want is is basically this soundboard app, but that does video as well. I want to be able to have a panel of buttons, of software buttons that I click to fire off memes, and I want to take it out of Streamlabs, where it's like tied to the individual scenes and stuff. I want to pull it all out of Streamlabs and just make a different thing that Streamlabs looks at, and just one source does all the memes all the time. But I haven't figured that out. If anybody has any, if Kibler Google this or whatever, if somebody knows of a software solution for that, I'm interested. There are some shortcut tools in Streamlabs, but again, there's just a clunk factor about doing it all in Streamlabs that I really loathe, and I'm hoping to find a different solution. So well, I'm okay with heavy-duty presentation software if it's not insanely priced and does the trick. So I'll make a note of that. Pro Presenter, thank you. You say rather expensive. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that. If it does the trick and I can buy a license once, and for all the rest of my streaming life I have that tool, I would actually pay a bit for it. So we'll see. All right, let's get back in. This is our 15 lander. Basically tops at 3. We do have one 4-mana card. So in a 15 lander, 4 mana already seems like too much, but we're gonna keep. I also don't love Rimrock as my first creature play, but I'll do it if we have to. Yeah, you can ask a question about daily quests, Craig. Go for it. I'll leave the mountain. I'll play a mountain in case they play a mountain and play a 2-drop red card we want to cap. No, we're not going to chew up a mountain to get rid of that. But we'll show them that this is a mirror match, and given that that's a pretty strong card, and we have Rimrock as our only other alternative play, I'm just going to Scorch the Youthful Knight, and I'm going to do it before, well, I guess there's not much they could have in red-green that gets a Youthful Knight toughness up, but whatever, I'm just going to do it before any kind of response. And then, although Outflank would be good to use on something like a Knight. Anyway, we use up our mana, we get to drop a red cap, and then having the 4 damage on... Oh yeah, we're going to kill this Veteran, and we're going to rock some Rims. Oh, Flutterfox is interesting. Actually, yeah, we're going to do now Flutterfox. I was going to go Raging Redcap, but then we don't really have blocks. I guess we have a block on the veteran. But yeah, Fox plus the removal is the way to go here. And it's good enough that I'm going to risk it. We're going to try and get him. I'm going to try and get him. All right, we got him. So by baiting him into attack here, we get to cap the Lord, drop this down to a 1/1, and get a 2-for-1 for 1 mana, folks. 1 mana, 2-for-1. Good card against us. Was it Robert who was talking about the value of a 2/4 Vigilance in the format? Vigilance matters, of course, but, you know, a 2/5 also good against us. Here, though, let's see. What can we do? Can't really do much without killing the Flutterfox in this situation, so I'm going to go Red Cap, and we'll set up for next turn. But I am going to Red Cap with Outflank mana over Rimrock mana. I don't think it really matters. We're not going to use either of these, is the bottom line. We're going to untap with this mana unspent. James, thank you for the sub. Appreciate that. Is that the real Kai Buddha? It could be. But I doubt it. Now I kind of like sending the Fox, and if we have to, 2-for-1ing ourselves. We could just send the Red Cap alone, but that telegraphs. Yeah, I know Rimrock plus Outflank plus Raging doesn't just trade, it eats, which is kind of what I want to do. But we have to see if they want to block or not. I'm going to leave Fox back. I'm just trying to figure out if we send in the Fox as part of the bluff, but because this is the problem, is that they're not going to take it, or they're not going to just fall for it. But I think we should Rimrock anyway. Get in for 6, and then play the Rimrock, and then we have a decent Outflank and some decent crackbacks here. Pausing will now telegraph our Outflank, unfortunately. I guess it could be Shepherd, but the fact that it's speeding through right now, but then will pause during attacks for a thinking, paying attention player would be a revelation that we clearly have an Outflank. Wow. 2 vets that we have to deal with. Maybe we can Scorch that one, though, to, again, get surprising damage quantities. Like, let's see. Yeah, I think we just have to send in everything. There may be a 2-for-1 that happens to us, but they're out of cards, and we're not. So this is actually going to be fine. Basically, Dragonfire plus Outflank lets us attack with everything here, and basically, no matter how they block, we get Dragonfire on the Veteran, and then the Paladin becomes a 2/5, and then Outflank plus 2 points of damage, even if they like block the Fox or whatever, still at least kills it, even if it takes the Fox with them. So then they're going to end up either with a boatload of damage here if they don't block, in which case we'll still... Maybe we don't even care, like... I'm trying to be tricky and blow out the Veteran mid-combat, but maybe we don't even need to do that, and it's better for us just to take out the Veteran now and say, block how you will. We have the Outflank to get it done. Because if we let the veteran block, although they're probably not blocking with a veteran is the thing, right? They're never going to block with a veteran in this race. So I think we can attack with everything and save the Dragonfire, because I don't think they're going to put the veteran at risk. Yeah, so they're just straight doing, saying do your worst. So we're going to have to use Dragonfire outflank on the crack back the other direction, although the outflank doesn't do anything. So we're probably just going to go Jousting Dummy and Dragonfire, actually. Yeah.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Should we change our deck to be slower in sideboarding, barrage, etc.? We shall see. Thank you so much for that sub. Appreciate it, Hog. Using your Twitch Prime on me. Thank you so much. Pretty good. Hopefully this makes them decide to swing everything, though. That was off the top for them. That was a pretty nice rip. But nice rips happen. We just got to kill that. It was doing too much good things for Oppo's stuff. Now, outflank plus Raging Redcap. We can even do this, and then the outflank is good. Yeah, again, we're going to attack with everything and accept trades if they want to trade Shieldbreaker. Oh, did I punt? Sorry. I was just thinking that that was how I intended to use that card, but you're right. I should have just outflanked there. We'll use outflank successfully here, though. You don't want to send the Fox. Thing is, I would trade the Fox and an outflank for a Paladin. Or a Fox for a Shieldbreaker. Doesn't that make sense? Although we do need creatures. Yeah, outflank deals 4. That's why I'm thinking about that. But maybe we'll leave the Fox back and not. Well, that's the thing. Do we need to rush? Well, I need to rush now because I'm being roped. Yeah, I'm going to do it this way. We'll keep the Fox, because the Fox might fly soon anyway. Really want, if we're going to draw a land, to find a plane, so we have 2 outflanks available. We do not. By only having 3 creatures now, outflank plus red cap is a trade instead of an eat. However, it could be worth it. We certainly, if we attack with everything, and this is like a blank, let's say they drew a land and didn't play it, we're getting in for 2 minimum, and then we would be trading an outflank plus one of our other creatures for one of their paladins. And then that would set us up for another 2 minimum next turn, but Oh, I'm just working through it. I think the answer is to wait for a creature, but I'm just working through it. Yeah. And because I was basically looking through to see if, like, let's say we got super aggressive and 2-for-1'd ourselves for damage. The trouble is it doesn't set us up for lethal next turn, which is what I was working through. If we, if kind of a somewhat suicidal 2-for-1 attack set us up for a lethal attack next turn if they don't have anything, you could at least make an argument for it. But since it doesn't give us lethal on the follow-up turn, I don't see how we can justify the aggression there. Yeah, it's true. If they double block. All right, see, that's this at least gives us a clock. I'll play this, though. Now they have 5 turns to answer a Ginger Brute. Not the most amazing clock of all. Oh, no, sorry, also Flutterfox flies. Oh, we got to be careful. I guess it gives us everything, right? Because we can now attack and do the outflank, but if they have removal, we could get super, super blown out. But I think at this point we have to risk it because they were top decking. They needed to, in their last 2 cards, have found very specifically instant speed removal off the top. They might have. They could have their own outflank. They could have their own Scorching Dragonfire or 4 damage, but they needed to have found it in the last 2 draws. And so because it requires that luck of the last couple draws, I'm going to make them have it. We could hold back a red cap. That's true. Because 1 will be eaten. Yeah, let's hold back a red cap. I like that. Then we don't... then if they go Paladin, red cap, we don't... They don't get to eat the other red cap. Well, they're eating this red cap, though. Good double block from Oppo. Smart. Which is why I really wish we had the extra white. We got plain screwed this game, and it's costing us a little bit. It doesn't really matter. I could wait for first strike damage, but what does it matter, right? It's all just the same thing's gonna happen. Or maybe I'm not thinking about it right, but I didn't think waiting for first strike mattered in this case. So they did a great block that undid our decision not to attack with red cap, but if we had attacked with red cap, they would have just blocked each of them individually and the same result would have occurred, except we would have a tapped red cap instead of an untapped one. Still, looking good for game 1 if they don't find something here. I mean, Flutterfox in the air gets it done. Unless they do that. What a perfect draw for Oppo. We still... Now they get Shield Breaker 2. Come on. How about a Jousting Dummy off the top? That's right, we're both top decking. They're allowed to have cards in their deck too. See, we got that. It's fine. Does this give us what we need? If we... They have forced blocks. If we Silverflame Ritual, we get a 3/3 Fox that can't be... Yeah, we get 3... Oh, perfect. So they get... the main thing is we get 2 3 toughness creatures, which don't die to these 2 powered creatures, and they have to both be blocked. So this is a good play for us. They need something in hand to not have a super awkward must-block situation here, where they put Shield Breaker on red cap and Paladin on Flutterfox. But they could have something, again, they're allowed to have cards in their deck, and they do have 1 card in hand, so it kind of comes down to whether or not that last card is a bluff or action. No action. Good. Now the plane shows up. But this is going to be a dead Trebuchet and a dead Paladin, and then they need some kind of 2-for-1 off the top in order to not lose. I can't even imagine what... I guess they could have a Lonesome Unicorn to make a 2-2 and a 3-3 to not just straight die. Yeah, Realm Cloak Giant would do it. They have a narrow band of outs from here is the point, though. All right. So yeah, I think we, with those 5 toughness ground dudes, we need to get Barrage, Errant, Griffin in. What was their... They do have Trebuchet. I wish we could check. Okay, here we go. We only saw 1 artifact. Just checking their known artifacts. We need to add land back, so we're actually going to look at 8, 9, and then we have 5 tough cuts. I don't think we bring in TLK. Cut a red cap. Cut blow your house down. Although blow your house down might be good against those. One dummy. We can just cut. It makes our Flutter Foxes grounded. We don't know if our opponent is actually Kai. Is Kai streaming? I don't know if Kai streams, but kind of feel like Kai would be playing ranked, but that's just a guess. Maybe it is Kai and he's a purist. Help me with cuts. They showed us the destroy artifact. We could just get rid of Dummy and Ginger Brute, except that our foxes won't fly as much, but that and we cut a fox. Cut a fox. I think the Silver Flame Ritual is good for us, though. All right, though, to do something, I'll do it. I don't know if I love that cut, but yeah, I could have cut 1 out flank, maybe. That's decent. I don't think that ritual is the right cut, but the rope got to me. Had to do something. They won't take out the Shield Breaker. They just may be more likely to play the Shield Breaker as a 2-1 for 2. It's still a Knight. They're obviously a Knight deck. They have double Night Lord. They're not taking out any 2-drop Knights. No white yet, but I love having a Dragonfire given the double Night Lord we saw. So I'm going to keep this. Cool. We needed both lands and a Plains, so that was kind of a perfect draw. Here comes Plains Night Lord. You'll see. No, I think our we are slightly more red than white, which I think is correct. We did cut 1 of our red 1-drops, but we still have 2 of them, you know. And yeah, well, we could play like a fox and say we're going to trade with this Flutter Fox, so what are you going to do? Then that puts them on needing to use removal next turn, or we just threaten to... Or we just like put the dummy down too and threaten to trade that off as well. I'm thinking of basically just using a 2-drop to threaten a trade over killing it outright. East wants to just kill it. What are we doing next turn if we do that? Just dropping red cap. Yeah, that's true. Maybe you don't want to put out the dummy and bait it. All right, I'm just going to kill it. Also, because I don't want to trade off the fox, I guess. Great. So we'll drop a red cap here. And then with the 4th land, we have a 2-spell turn next turn. Might be trapping a trebuchet in a tower. It's always funny to trap a tower in a tower, but you can do it. I mean, trebuchet is not a tower per se. It's right next to a tower in the art. It's just like putting it away. We're going to put the trebuchet away. Cool. Didn't want a mountain per se, but we did need a 5th land to cast the barrage, and by having it be a mountain, we get the adamant on Searing Barrage, which is nice. And if we trap it, trap the trebuchet, the red caps threaten to trade off. So we're just going to go trap into tower, Flutter Fox here. Which I think I like over... We'll barrage the red cap, probably. We can also trap the red cap in a tower and attack, and they probably don't block. It's pretty risky for them to block. Although it is a good block if they come up with it, so... No, we can just first strike the red cap, so it's also a safe block. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to... The point is I'm going to use... My plan right now is to use Trapped in the Tower and Searing Barrage on red cap and trebuchet, and I just changed my decision on which to use on which, because the that play gives us a red cap attack that I don't think they can block. I don't think it really is, but it could be. I don't know. Is there somebody out there who thinks it would be funny to pretend to be Kai? Maybe. All right, they were really bold and came up with the block. I tipped the cap. That was quite a block, given that we showed him 2 outflanks last game. Mythic Championships are not the players' personal accounts. Kai did not join Magic Arena and say, you know what I'm going to name my account? Mythic_Kai. That's going to be my username. No, they give those accounts temporarily to players in those big events. Well, you don't even know if you've played against this person. Literally anybody could... You could go make an account right now and call it Kai Buddha. Kai Buddha. Like, that's what that whole numbering system is about. Like, anybody can be this username. All right, what's going on? I'm yammering away and missing that... Wait, how did the Paladin... Oh, because they adamanted the Paladin. So we're probably got to trap that Paladin in the tower, number 2. Yeah. True. So you're suggesting he's Kai? Is that what you mean? Maybe so. Yeah, you can duplicate the same name. All right, anyway, I'm at 0 and now getting roped again. What are we doing here? I can barrage or dummy tower. If we dummy tower, does that set us up for a better turn next turn? And if we do that, what are we towering? Probably tower the trebuchet, but then barrage can't get the paladin, so that doesn't work. So we barrage the trebuchet, get in, and then trap dummy next turn. Yeah, somebody, you should just name your account Oppo, and then I want to play you, and then I'll finally be addressing you correctly. Question about Lumeria. Is it just about what it is or something specific? If you give me a specific Lumeria question, again, I can try and answer that. I missed it, though, earlier. Oh, there. What do you think of Lumeria from Card Kingdom, your sponsor? I think it's a really cool idea. I love how Card Kingdom uses their resource. You know, they have all these card resources, and they're trying to figure out different cool ways to use it, and I think that's another way to do it. Well, another tower is concerning. Maybe we have to trap that and just try and race here. Putting a lot of stock in a Flutterfox at that point, but they're down to one card. Yeah, I think it is Tower of the Trebuchet time. And race it up. Gonna drop a dummy, and we'll think about what to do here. If they double attack, they only have one red to pump their weasel back, whereas we can double pump our dummy right now. All right. Finally showed them something to kill with that, and they had it. Frustrating. We can rock some rims. That's good for us. I think that means we can keep attacking. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're threatening 10 on the crackback. So we can't attack with everything unless we can threaten to beat them this turn. 2 plus 6 is not 11. So we can't beat them this turn. So we're going to leave back the red cap. Get in some Flutterfox damage. We can even leave back the red cap and leave Rimrock for double strike damage against the Paladin. Try to trade for the Paladin. That's just rough, though. Let's see. I do think we have to attack with this and Rimrock it. We're fully exposed. But we do have a excellent block on their weasel back. They can't really attack with either of these two, or we had to eat one. So they just have the Paladin attack, and if they attack with the Paladin, the Rimrock's a good attack because it trades with anything they have back as well. And we can keep the red cap back on D, but keep sending Flutterfox and Rimrock. We're in a very precarious position. We could lose from here quite easily. But we could top deck and win quite easily ourselves as well. Well, this could not be more suspicious. Suggests like they've drawn an outflank, but we also have we can't not block, or they just literally win the game. So it's a forced block. It's the fact that they're attacking with this and not this. Although, yeah, I don't know what this is about, but they drew something. We have nothing to do but block, though. It's a forced block. If we don't block, they get to pump it and win. What did that mean? They have more shield breakers, or they just found both every game? Well, now we only have attack with Rimrock, or we lose. I don't know what the thought on that attack from Oppo was, but they're still going to win this game. Right now, we can't attack with more than the Rimrock, or we just lose on the crackback. So just the Rim. Right, that's what I don't understand, Razor. Like, if they're making that attack, why not send in both? I don't know. They're thinking about whether or not they need to make this block. The answer is they don't. But also, if they draw a land and like swing away, we trade, take 3, go to 1, and then have outs to just win on the Rimrock crackback, and we still have red cap to chump for one more turn. Yeah, maybe. But we didn't have enough to kill, right? I don't know. I'd have to rewind and really... I'm not sure what Oppo was thinking about there, but I'm now too far removed from the play to process it properly. Do we chump if they only swing with Paladin? No. I think we have to take it. Because if we take this and we draw a Rimrock, like we have outs to a win if we take this and they don't have it. Like if we block here to be, quote, safe, well, then we've played around like their own pump spell or damage or whatever, but then we don't put ourselves in a position to actually win the game. So I'm going to risk that they don't have anything here to give us a chance to draw. We have top decks to win the game, so let's play to those. And if Oppo has the trick to beat us, we have to accept that it was what we did to try and give ourselves an out to actually win with something like a Rimrock Knight. See, people? Love it when a plan comes together. Well, we couldn't... The point is, we can't just chump next turn if they had the point to... If they could finish us off. Huh. Was Oppo sniping? Why would you scoop there? Like that was almost like snipe scoop. Well, I'm happy with that. We get a second win. Thanks, Fiddles. Thanks for hanging. Yeah, it could be they needed to leave at 11. Okay, folks, I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to get a little snack and a bio break, and then we'll see if we can't get our gems back with a third win here. So hang on, and we'll be right back. Hey, all, I'm back. There was some weirdness about that game, but we were joking about sniping. I don't think it was stream sniping because right before that happened, Oppo attacked one toughness creature into our double striker and just suicided it. So although maybe they're stream sniping and just also don't read cards, I suppose that's possible. Anyway. Let's get those gems. Oh man, I am a big fan of mochi ice cream. I have no willpower when it comes to mochi ice cream, though. Well, our 15 land deck has given us 5 lands, so a third of our land in the entire deck is in our opening hand, and we need to mulligan. If they're red, you could maybe make an argument for keeping, but we can't keep this. All right, keep this. You need Flutterfox and the Jousting Dummy for flying, but I'm going to cut one of the Weaselbacks because we'll get the first one down on 1, and then we have some 2-drops to do from there. Sith Dora is our opponent. Sith Dora the Explorer, maybe. Well, send in the cap. And I trade for an outflank if they don't want to. All right, they're going to do that, though. So we're going to go Flutterfox. We're not going to block their Squire, and we're leading with a Flutterfox because then we get to follow with a Jousting Dummy that will send the Flutterfox into the air on attacks. Heraldic Banner, presumably on white here. Black. Maybe they need, maybe they got to bake into a pie and they can't cast it yet right now. Well, they're going to be spending 2 mana to remove our stuff. That's fine by me. We're going to play the Jousting Dummy so the Fox launches, and then if Oppo wants the red cap for the Squire, they can have it. Well, we got 1.5 for 1 ourselves to take out the Griffin, but it's worth it. So we're going to give him a Flutterfox and the 1/2 of Rimrock Knight to trade for the Griffin, and then we'll drop the other Flutterfox. Maybe drop the Rimrock. I guess that's more damage. Anyway, this is part of what we have to do with a deck like this. We can't just never get through this Griffin. Well, either way, it's a 2 for 1. Let's see what... my presumption is they're going to block the Flutterfox. What do you mean? Like, I can't choose how... outflank it? It still doesn't work, right? What are you talking about? We could play Rimrock and then have outflank for 3, but that's still not enough. Oh, just send Dummy and make him trade for Dummy? Kind of want to get the damage in. We're coming up with another Fox. But that is kind of interesting. We could think of it doing it that way. If we have to outflank, we're going to play Rimrock anyway. I'm going to offer both. They can have it. I'm going to get damage in. I'm going to do the Flutterfox over the Rimrock because This allows us for Outflank and Rimrock next turn, whereas if we Rimrocked, we would have Flutterfox and Outflank and only one Plains right now. If you were just in the Just Send the Dummy camp, I get it. Maybe that was a slightly better play. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, the dummy staying around allows this fox to fly. Oppo on 5 mana, no plays. What are they? What's in Flash? I can't think of anything in Flash. Flash creatures for black-white. Just in case, though, let's start with a Rimrock. Yeah, it could be Bake. Happy to have them spend their mana and turn on a 2-drop. That was what we kind of predicted when they put Heraldic Banner on black with a white creature out, that they really needed the second black for something like Bake into a Pie. Blow Your House Down is in instead of like just a straight up 3/2 kind of generic but low-end creature. Not sure which is going to perform better for us right now. Outflank looks good here against the Guardian, provided that they can't use their remaining mana to take out one of our creatures. Still feels like our deck keeps throwing us the color of mana we don't need at any given point, but that's Magic. Oh no! I was worried about that. Well, now they get a straight-up trade of Flutterfox for Guardian, if they want it. Well, they don't want it. Well, I'll race you. They're at a virtual 14 with the food, and 5 is a lot. But one more creature and they'll get outflanked themselves. Alright, there's a creature that can do the outflanking. See if they want to eat this food while the eating's good. Yep. If they don't in that spot, it can mean that they have some other food synergies that they're looking to leverage. You know, Bog Naughty or something like that. Outflank what? Outflank deals damage to target attacking or blocking creature. There were only our attacking creatures, that's it. Well, got my second plains. It doesn't matter anymore, though. And a red cap plus outflank is not enough to take out the Barrow Witches directly, so we are going to sit back. Really nervous about having 2 cards in my hand with possible Reaper stripping them from us, but nothing really to be done. I guess I could have sandbagged the plains. In general, I'm okay with it. Let's see what they follow with. If we can dodge a big follow from Oppo. We need more than that, though. Come on, deck. Huh. Really want to find one more creature because then red cap plus outflank is eats the witches instead of trades for the witches. So we're going to keep racing these witches for now, looking for something to eat them with instead of just trading off. But if we get desperate, we'll trade off. Well, Maybe. Well, we can use that. Hold on, I can't think about that right now. I want to focus on getting this done. Well, hold on. I don't need to do that first. Let's start with an attack. Yeah, vanilla would be much better for us right now than blow your house down. Be doing great with... we'd already have done our outflank play. Yeah, you're right. I should just hold lands. One of my leaks, throwing lands out there like it's no big deal. Did I miss 2 damage? Oops. I totally missed that that we did that. Yeah, funny. I had given up on my fox. Funny. Well, hopefully that doesn't cost us the match, but I'm glad we have our fox back. I didn't even think about it. I'm so used to Trapped in the Tower only being solved via Guide Mother that I stopped thinking about my own Flutter Fox. One of the reasons we're running Blow Your House Down in this deck is that it tops at 3, basically. We have a Silver Flame Ritual in the deck, but for the most part, we're running 1s, 2s, and 3s, and they can get outclassed if the oppo starts dropping several 4/4s or whatever. So the idea of Blow Your House Down was that when the removal's not enough and the board stalls, this just can end the game. And so there you go. Like they're trying to make a big stabilization play, but at the very least, Blow Your House Down. While it probably would have been more useful to this point as a 3/2 creature, it looks like it's going to get us the win here. Because we're threatening 6. And we don't know what this is. I'll play the dummy in case something happens where the trapped is no longer... I don't think it matters, actually. It doesn't really matter, right? Let's start here. Maybe they'll just scoop it up. Yes, the data point in this game is that it definitely would have been better as a Raiders. It's not any kind of definitive conclusion, but it's the data point that game. Yeah, it was weird. It's funny that I just completely missed that flying fox. What do we see? They've got a banner that we could kiss. They have their own Trapped into a Tower, so I think we could go to our more puffed out version of this deck, which kind of looks more like this. Georg, you're too kind. Thank you for joining us. What was I going to add? Oh, I wanted TLK. And I still can't cut the Trapped. They're too good at getting our damage through. They're good racing removal. Well, I also like Blow better against different decks, you know. All right, we'll throw it in. I'm going to stay at 16. We'll add one more 4 and one more land, and then go back to a creature here. I don't want to go to 5 drops. I'm going to try keeping it at 4 drop. Ugh, that's ugly. I think we're just going to flood out too much with this hand. I'm going to mulligan. All right, keeping this and ditching the Raiders. Slash blow your house down. We get Flutterfox into combat trick at least, even with no red. And the Silver Flame is going to be adamanted, so there's that. A TLK. Drop a second Fox, though, here. Hopefully we get to Squire next turn, and then Ritual after that, and just kind of run them over. Or this happens? Is this like bake into a pie? Man. Now I'm not sure what to do. I think, well, we start with an attack. It seems like it's maybe a bake into a pie. And yeah, all right, so they get bake into a pie, which is why I didn't want to use the Ritual right now. I'm gonna do no value Squire because we have the Dragonfire. They might drop a Griffin, which would be pretty awkward. But I think we have to. We're gonna do this and hope they give us a Dragonfire target. If they give us a Dragonfire target here, I think we're in great shape because we get to untap and Ritual. Not, in fact, a Dragonfire target. That was exactly my worry. 4 toughness, the worst. Let's see. 3/3, 3/2 with Vigilance doesn't really help us. We could TLK their food right now just to draw a card and make sure we have a target on that. But I think we can play this patiently. This is starting to turn away from us. But I think maybe we get back in it by waiting for better targets for this and really eking out a better, some kind of advantage here. So I'm going to hold back. Also, if we can do something to get our Flutterfox in the air, maybe we just start getting air damage again. Lost Legion at least can eat a Dragonfire. Top and a bottom on the Scry 2. Oh, they're going to race. Okay. Well, now I want to Dragonfire the Legion, or at least try to. Pause doesn't mean anything with the food token out. They could be pausing over food sack. All right, I knew that was a possibility, but also, I was going to be ready to Ritual anyway, but obviously we want to get as many creatures buffed by the Ritual as possible, so I am going to take a turn off here. I mean, we could TLK and look for a land. What if we TLK? They're down to 2 cards. I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. TLK, and either we find action or we find a land. If we find a land, we can play the Youthful Knight If we find a spell, hooray, we have more spells. And we can go longer and set up for a better ritual later. Yeah, I wanted to do the night, Mike, but I'm going to be greedy about it. We're going to be greedy. Greedy. Too greedy, says Mike. You're not greedy enough, says guy who happened to be right this one time. All right. Red cap in that ass plus ritual is a nice turn, actually. We want to trade Legion for Squire. We'll give that to them. You were supposed to leave the Squire back? Not trade? Oy, oy, oy. Too many witches. Now we need something to make the Flutterfox fly, I think, if we're going to win this. I guess I'll hold, represent something, and really need something to launch the Fox soon, or we're just going to get overwhelmed by 3/4s. And if they send in, we'll take... If they send in both, that's fine, because then we're just racing again. 3 power versus 3 power. If they send in 1, that seems... Oh, yeah, if they go black here. All right, now the race is real. If I were them, I'd attack with 1. You want to go 2. I guess they do have a 2/3. Okay, they changed their mind and came up with my line. Gonna say no blocks this turn. We need some help off the top, or we can't close it out from here. That is not help off the top that we are looking for. I think we have to bring in Searing Barrage here. They just have a sea of 4 toughness. They have... I think we saw 2 Griffins, or did we just see 1 last game? Nah, if they had another bake, they would have, well, I think we're donezo. That's what we were that's why we had True Love's Kiss in, for stuff like that. Well, I was asking to get the Flutterfox flying, but I guess we're not dead, right? Because we get in for 3 here. Bring them to 7. I guess we're kind of dead. I'm going to block and eat here to stay alive. I just don't know how we come up with 7 damage next turn is the thing. Suppose I could look at my deck and see if there's anything. All right. Needed to block and eat, not just eat, so we're dead. Let's get in Searing Barrage. Let's cut down, maybe cut an outflank for the barrage. Could even just leave it at 16. I think for the most part, we're still... this is maybe a little greedy. I don't usually run 16 with a 5 drop. I don't know if it's overkill. It's certainly over baking. Try this twice baked cookie. We have 2 Weaselbacks. I already cut one. I'm not going to bring it back in. I'm going to run this. Be a little bit greedy. 16 land with a 5-drop, but only one. 2 4s, 1 5, 16 land. Searing Barrage might stick in our hand for a little bit, but overall I like it, and overall I like this. We have dummy on 2 into various tricks. Not great, but at least we found a Flutter Fox, so we have something else to do. We'll keep the red up for the removal spell, but pretty unlikely we're going to give up a land to do anything, kill anything of theirs on 3. We're going to use Scorching Dragonfire on that. Unfortunately, it's our only play for the turn, but let's Scorch it. Got some serious aggro in the air if they can't get anything back up here. Yeah, maybe I could have tried the Squire Pump. I guess we should have... Yeah, that was a mistake. Sorry about that. The absolute correct thing there to do would be to first give them a chance to block. My presumption was that there's no way they would block Flutterfox or Pathlighter... Block with Pathlighter just to take out the Flutterfox. But I should have given them the chance to do so, because then we could have used the Squire as our trick. Yeah. I don't think it would have mattered, but give the opponent a chance to make a mistake, right? I just don't think they would have done that, but there was no reason not to give them a chance to do so. And if you're talking about on the backswing, like using the Squire on the backswing, I'm really hesitant to not use to use that defensively like that. I really want to be aggro here. So I guess in my head I was thinking find a place to use this pump while attacking, not defending. Awkwardly stuck, but red cap as a potential 3-power double striker means we just get to swing in here and then decide what to do. So we could Rimrock that, but we can't do anything else if we Rimrock, is the sad part. We could Rimrock and play the Squire no value. I'm just going to go value on Squire, though, here. These Rimrocks will continue to be handy on this red cap, but in the future, they'll, only doing it for 1 seems nice. And then we can... Next turn, we have Rimrock plus the Squire half. We also have trapped in a tower, you say. But whatever, I'm going to follow through with the plan. We have Rimrock on red cap and the Squire after. Ooh, we could have outflank here. Yeah, outflank gets us. Good play, Oppo. Should have thought of that and maybe played around it better. I didn't. That hurts. Really, cost us both halves of the Rimrock, which is why I should have thought to play around it better. That's a good candidate for trapping in a tower. And we can trap it in a tower and still Weaselback and Rimrock on Flutterfox, or Rimrock on Squire if we want to try and take out the Witch again. I think it's attack with everything. Because I would trade Rimrock plus Squire for that Witch. And then we have good plays after that, too. All right. Can't get outflanked this time, I don't think. Yeah, it's okay. It's nervous now. We are at Guide Mother risk for sure, but we're going to try. Keep this rider down long enough to beat him. This is game 3. I know my one win is hidden here behind this screen info. Surprised they're looking to do anything racing oriented, although they do have an extra 6 life waiting for them. We got an outflank of our own now. That's going to be good. Don't even need the Rimrock, really. I mean, I don't need to cast this so that our outflank is good. I'd rather represent the pump. Oh man, I did need it. Well, all right, we're gonna do this now. Should have played the Rimrock apparently, but we're gonna do what we gotta do here. And what do we want to sacrifice? I guess we have more need. Well, we have both Ritual and Searing Barrage in the deck. I guess I'll give up a Mountain, because a Adamanted Ritual would be quite good for us. Well, we're out of cards. They've got 3, so they might be ahead. Yeah, that's a good point. Mountain could be relevant for the pumps. Definitely would be able to represent 5 damage from the red cap here instead of 3, which matters given the Griffin. So yeah, maybe I should have kept the red, but at least I had my reasons. And I'm not going to sandbag knowing that Oppo is playing Reaper. Oh yeah, I think we're advantage meter is towards opponent right now. That Griffin did that. We had the advantage until this Griffin dropped. Now we are disadvantaged. Interesting offer. But I'm going to pass. We're still at a pretty healthy life total, although getting unhealthier by the attack. But we have outs that make our situation a little better. Oh boy, they get that knight back. That is no good for us. I think that kind of put it away. We don't really have the staying power to get it done from here without some perfect draws. I can't see trading Fox Mike when we could might get big enough to be able to eat the Griffin on an attack. Well, let's see. What do we have for pump now? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think when we draw planes, we're just dead, though. I won't scoop it, but I'm also going to play land again. I don't want, like, we hold the land, we get it stripped from our hand, and then we draw Searing Barrage or whatever. That would be silly. So, no attacks here. I don't see us winning this here, though. They generated too much incremental advantage with the Wicked Guardian, the Barrow Witches, just too much value. And I'm still not going to block. I'd run the Mostly Dead, but I only like running the Mostly Dead meme when I can actually see what the out is, and I don't know what the... I actually don't know what our outs are. I can't come up with a line that that wins here. Which maybe means I'm supposed to scoop, but I'm also of the mind, well, maybe we'll draw something that will trigger what the line is. I don't think a Ginger Brute is going to get there for 16. Or 14, rather, sorry. Here's Ginger Brute being the weak 1/1 that it can be. So let's see. Anything with 3? No. So we'll go like this. Still have no expectation of finding any possible way to win, because of course we knew we were going to draw some more land. All right. Now we have block and eat. I'm going to be done with this. Let's move on. Maybe there's some 0.0001% chance I'm not thinking about, but I don't think so. I think that was it. I did not play perfectly there. I'm not sure my imperfections cost us a match at any point, but I know there was some tightening up I could have done in that one. Well, let's see if we can get one more. Foul to Give has been spent. We are one loss away from being done with the event. All right, happily keep this. We're going to go Red Cap into Flutterfox into Dummy, making the Flutterfox fly, and that's assuming we don't even find any more land. If they do something absurd, we have Dragonfire, but unlikely that we're going to fire off Dragonfire before we get our creatures down. Four Toughness Tribal was literally tough. Well, this is nice because we can drop a dummy, have the outflank up, and just kind of crash in, and it seems like we're offering a trade there. If they want to try and take it, we get to snap it off with an outflank. And it's even better for us. We just perpetually seem to be stuck on the wrong color of land. If we had a bunch of mountains, we could pump Red Cap and Dragonfire. We can't do both. Can't pump Dummy because it takes 3. But we are aggro enough that I don't want to mess around. We're going to get rid of that witch and attack. Because right now the witch is holding off 2 of our creatures, and that's thwarting too much of our aggression to just sit there and shrug. Gotta keep turning them sideways, or turning them 12 degrees, or however many degrees this is. All right, and well, this is our main deck that doesn't even have any spells above 4. We have 1 4 drop here, so we're going to do a lot of pumping. Wherever we pump, they're going to Cauldron, but we have pumps in both places. I guess let's pump Dummy first. And then Red Cap. And let Oppo choose. I assume they're going to Dragonfire something here, or Cauldron. That's fine. They're spending their turn doing that, killing our 1-drop. Well, any single 4 or less toughness blocker is going to be... Whoo-hoo. Well, I have an idea, everybody. What do you think of this idea? Actually, although I think I want to do it... Here we're on that spot again. I think I'll go ahead and keep a mountain this time, so I'm going to do it like this. Sacrifice that. I'm gonna Rimrock one of these. Oh, I was thinking I would be able to then cast the Rimrock. That's alright. Maybe I should have just pumped instead then. Couldn't quite get him. Thought I was gonna be able to close him out here. But again, we were a mountain short. Or a... yeah, maybe... Oh yeah, I did screw it up. Yeah, that was a punt. That was a punt. I was thinking I was doing something really clever and instead just punted the game. Punted winning that turn, I should say. And if we send in the dummy, it's a forced block on the bell, which takes the fox out of the air. They're going to eat and go to 2 here, but then we drop... yeah, I know, I missed lethal. I'm acknowledging that. I missed lethal. I'm sad about that, but let's try and get the game anyway. Yeah, total fancy play syndrome caused me to miss lethal, although it was a slightly tricky play to see all the little loops there. Yeah, let's not send dummy. I think you're right. They have to eat anyway. Gives us a flyer for next turn by saving the dummy. But really, yeah, I hate missing lethal, but I gotta get over it. You guys, when the pitcher gives up the home run, they gotta focus on the next pitch. So, sucks that I missed lethal. Let's try and get this game. All right, not punished for the mistake. We get a free lesson. Free lesson, everybody. Red-black knights with a spicy Sir Conrad. We literally only saw knights from them. Hey, Saratemi, going all right? How are you? What changes do we want? Do we see... Guess there's on the draw, what if we do this, and this? Robert wants the Scarecrow in. Are we still like... Yeah, we could do the barrage. We could kind of do what we did last time and reduce down like this. Why might the 1/1s matter, Sunset? Well, I think we red cap plus Rimrock is life, is truth, is love. Really awkward to not have a creature before 3, but with the double removal and the strong creature, we're going to keep and hope we find something to do before turn 3. Which is going to take a draw off the top at this point. All right, nothing to do on 3, but we can Scorch the dummy. Guess we'll give him a chance to pump it or something. Hey, Oni, how you been? Looks like they were thinking about the pump. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Maybe I'm using my removal early, but I don't want to do nothing here. Well, as long as I'm going to get flooded, we may as well draw this removal spell. All right. Oni's been working on a pin project, some enamel pins. Well, we just got a bunch of removal now. Oof. That's rough. So does Oppo. And now it's who can find some threats. Merchant. Discarding a land, I presume. Yep, nice. Good point, Sunset. Oppo gave us a chance to dodge that with a barge in. Dangerous on Oppo's part. Our outflank outflanks for 0, so that's some hotness. Do we... Let's see if they want... I'm going to take 3 right now. We have plenty of mana. We can pop a cap in this red cap later if we need to. I want to give us a chance to find something like that of our, like one of our own. Could trap it in the tower too, but nah. We can go outflank plus our raging red cap to try and beat theirs, and then follow with the 4 damage. Ah, interesting. We target acquired, man. Target acquired. This will be good. It's gonna be a great turn for us. They think it's a great turn for them, but it's gonna be great for us because we get to do this. I wish we didn't flood out, but that was a sweet turn for us. Rimrock. We tried, folks, but magic's magic. Come on. It's only game 2. We get game 3 even if we don't win this. But now I think we have to trap the merchant in a tower. Well, Oppo's figured out how to draw something other than lands. All right, well, I'm going to attack. I know they've got the drawbridge that keeps letting them haste out stuff, but like my theory is that at some point they're not going to draw a creature. Like that's my theory, although we're going to be drawing twice here, so maybe that's a bad theory. We're going to trap that in the tower, though. And a painful Howling Mine for us all. Howling with Pain Mine. I think channel points roll over. Maybe it's time to just stay back on full block. Well, we got a couple pumpers on defense. That's fine. Let's keep attacking. We can't sit around and wait, or we're just going to lose to the Crusader. But we need some help here. We need Oppo to, like, maybe brick a little bit. Wouldn't hurt if Oppo would just brick a little bit. See, like we brick. Although them bricking is just fodder for Merchant, I suppose. So even though it seems like we're being unlucky, Oppo is presenting the tools with which they are staying lucky. They've pitched 2 lands so far via the Merchants. All right. Let's get him in 3. Another thing I'm curious about with channel points that I don't know the answer to yet is, are the points capped? Is there some point at which they just stop giving you new points? Because that would help me understand, too, where to price things, right? Because if I understand there's a cap, I can price things against a cap. If there's no cap, then it's like someone could stockpile 1 million or whatever, and so got to be careful. We're on the play again this time. Does that change anything? We can try and go a little bigger than them. Bring in the Ogre Errant. Drop down... what? Maybe lose a little bit of our removal. Oh, I didn't see. Where? See. No cap. They don't transfer per channel. Okay, thanks. No cap. They should put a cap on. Ugh. Their handling of this feature is really frustrating me. They have a lot of haste. I mean, they had a drawbridge. I mean, I guess we could go cut Ginger Brute for like put the jousting dummy back in, but I want to keep our foxes flying. Yeah, we could bring in Blow Your House Down and drop something else. Maybe that dummy still can go. Let's try this. Well, I'm trying to create things for you to spend them on, but Twitch is not giving me the tools to create a system that allows people with big bankrolls to spend them without the capability to bring my stream to its knees. Hey, Usurped. Well, I like Best of 3, but we're also on a side account just playing what we want. And actually, ironically, it's because this account already had 2 drafts going and the other 2 queues available. Boy, our hands have been really rough. This is not a good opener for us. It's just not. This is better, but geez. We're going to keep this and have to ditch the barrage. Hope we can find stuff fast. And Weaselback, thanks. Yeah, you're on time. You're right on time, buddy. All right, Appa without the turn 2 play is good. We hope. They could still have removal here. But we'll start with a Flutterfox attack and drop a Red Cap. And then Red Cap backed by Silver Flame is really nice. Find another land. We have Red Cap and Silver Flame and TLK ready. No luck, but we're going to Telegraph. If they choose to decline to block because of our Telegraph, that's fine. We have Red Cap to follow. But they're taking it, so we're going to do this. Well, as soon as we find ourselves another mana, we have something to do about this revenge. And in the meantime, we can keep attacking. In fact, we have, I like Silver Flame Red Cap this turn. Weaselback, that is. All right, interesting. If we trap Red Cap in a tower, our attacks get real good, but we can't really do anything else except pump Red Cap for the turn. Still might be worth it. Let's do that. All of these are still worth attacking with. And we'll eventually get this revenge with the TLK, and it'll make this attacking much more fruitful. But they could come up with a big blocker here that just kind of messes with everything. Hopefully this Flutterfox is enough. All right, that's good. That's not enough of a blocker yet. What else have they got? Merchant. All right, Merchant for the Rummage, too, not for another creature on board. So that's good for us. They have 2 trades here to take, but we're gonna let them have that trade. We got another Red Cap behind. Oh yeah, good point. I let well, it wasn't even auto tap. I just didn't think about it. I should have thought about that, Chunk. We do not only do we have Rim Rocks, but we have another Weaselback. So I absolutely should have made sure mountains were left up when drawing a card. Yeah. I have like 5 things that I could do for 1 red and nothing I can do for 1 white. I guess outflank I can do for 1 white. Still looks good for us though. Get a good smack in here. They can drop a nice blocker for these 2, but the Flutterfox still getting there in the sky if they don't do something else. If we find any of our pump, they're in much bigger trouble. But no, we've been finding land when we need other things today, but it's not like we're under average or something. Just it's kind of been par for the course to hit land when seeking things else today. Seeking other things. What are you doing, Oppo? You got no plays. Can I please attack? Yeah, they have a 3-turn clock, so they have 2 more draws to find an answer to Flutterfox. But they do have Veil, so they effectively have like 4 draws. I guess they can cycle twice, so like... Oh, come on. All right, that's a lot. That gives them some extra time. Gives them some extra time. Good thing we killed the 1, or we would be in serious trouble. This is a 16 lander. Our main deck is 15, but we expanded it to 16 because we added some expensive spells. Outflank, attack all. I'm being nervous about... The trouble is, when they block, their life total goes up. Like, even if technically we can attack and outflank forces some, you know, we can actually get some things killed or whatever, their life total goes in the wrong direction. So I'm just going to keep the outflank and the creatures on the ground back for if they start trying to attack us, and continue to... Yeah, I think we just hold land now. There's nothing in our deck that we care too much about. So I'm just going to keep them on this turn, on this end turn clock with Flutterfox. But I don't see why they would play a red cap. Like, if it's not, like, what are they doing? It's so weird. Have they read the merchant? They know they're going to die to the fox, right? Maybe they're like me. They're just throwing out lands without thinking about it. All right, well, maybe they'll snap play their swamp off the top and we'll win. Maybe they'll remember their merchant. This is one of those spots where I don't even want to roll over the merchant and remind them that it has rules text. Weird attack. We're going to call their bluff with the red cap, and if they have something, we get to answer with an outflank. Ah, going for a big fling. Oh, unfortunately, because of the sacrifice, that just works. Just works. All right, looking for another answer now. Unbelievable. They should have found that a turn earlier, but they played their swamp instead of cycling to their fling for whatever reason. Really don't want to lose this match to these Oppo punts, but we're flooding out quite heavily for our aggro deck. Poetic. Another fox. Well, I don't know what they were looking to do. I think Guru, they just weren't thinking about it. I think they've forgotten about their merchant ability, because nothing about the way they played that needed another swamp in play. See, like, they just forgot about it. Like, how can you scoop there? You have a merchant. I don't care what's in your hand. Cycle it for something else. So, Oppo kind of gave us that through the merchant. They just forgot about their own merchant and didn't give themselves the best chance to answer that situation. But I'll take it. It gives us our break-even wins. We are at, we get our gems back. And I am going to take another quick break, and because I've had too many beverages this morning, and then we're gonna play another match here. I'm gonna play this out till we win 5 or lose 3. So hang tight, be right back, and we'll play one more at least. Bye. Hey everybody, thanks for waiting. I'm back. Let's get back in this. Guru, you thinking they were playing lands for the long-term play of huge pump and fling? Maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, there's... In general, it's safe to hold a land, but it can be... But you just gotta rummage and deal with the fox, though. What kind of huge play do you get? Anyway. I think they just forgot that they could rummage. Oppo. There's Oppo. Or there's Arena, one of the two. Looks good. This is kind of what we want to see out of the 15 lander, one each of our colors, and action. Brute-ho! Let's see, I would love just like one of our standard 2-drop creatures, not a Rimrock. Something to do on 2 that's just, here's another creature to add to the board. Move towards Ritual. If we don't get anything to trap, and we don't get another creature, you know, well, maybe they'll play something and the turn can be make Gingerbread unblockable Rimrock it, like Boulder Dash it. If they don't come up with any play, then maybe we do just drop a 3/1 can't block. Although the trouble with doing that is we have Pathlighter. This could be a 4/2 can't block if we just wait to get the Pathlighter down first. So I'm going to try hard. Ah, beautiful. Coming up Millhouse. This is like the ideal draw, literally. I don't know what Oppo's up to. Maybe they're streaming. Lord knows I've had some weird delays in the early parts of my games as I've been talking to people. Some people play a game of like actually trying to get people frustrated on a clock early. I'm not saying that's what Oppo is doing, but don't even care that our Flutterfox took a hit there. We are going to Pathlight and then do some work next turn. If they don't kill the Pathlighter, we have a really nice sequence in getting some extra damage from the Rimrock and then making a 4/2 that can attack into the Trebuchet. That would be really nice. Of course, we have 2 removal spells that also take care of the Trebuchet, but I want to focus on our... Hopefully we save our removal to just win with, and that our sequencing from here is going to be around... like, if we don't draw a land, next turn is pretty clear. We Rimrock the Pathlighter and then cast the Rimrock. If we do have a land... Probably the play is to make Gingerbread unblockable and still do the same sequence. Trollbanist, is your name a play on trombones by chance? Trombonist? Okay, so yeah, we could do the trapped or scorching. We'll try, but eventually we're going to trap the Ignite, probably scorch the Trebuchet, but in the meantime I'm going to do what I suggested, which is get this brute unblocked. Wow, you have a play on trombonist as your name and just figured out Boulder Rush, huh? You're so good looking. That's my family's Seinfeld influenced backhanded insult or backhanded compliment of you don't seem too bright, but you're so good looking. Maybe they'll think we didn't see the reach. That'd be nice if Rimrock just took out Trebuchet. But they're not risking it, so we're going to go ahead and get in the extra damage. Make our 4-2. Well, it originated on Seinfeld as a thing to say instead of bless you or Gesundheit when somebody sneezes, because their theory was you feel really awkward and weird because sneezing forces you to kind of look funny and act funny, so you make the person feel better by saying you're so good looking instead of saying God bless you or Gesundheit. But we just adopted that as our backhanded compliment for someone who's just done something in the house that's a little silly. That's true. It is Boulder. You're forgiven, Trollbanist. It's not a true play on it, or it would have been Boulder Dash. Okay, here I got all this mana. What do you think that means? It might mean, it can't mean anything. Like, there's nothing that red-black can have. Can red-black increase the toughness of the Trebuchet at all? Do we know anything in red-black? Okay, they can have that +2/+1 death touch. If it's barrage, that's fine. The point is, I don't want to send in Dragonfire onto this Trebuchet and have it swing and a miss. But I don't think... It's only that death touch one, and if they've got that, fine. You win. You get us. At least it's a 1-for-1 for that, because then we would just not attack, you know? Yeah, barge is attackers. Barge in is attackers only, so that was safe. That's great. I mean, they just used Bake into a Pie on half a card. That's exactly what we want. Perfect draw would actually be a Plains, because then we could Adamant Silverflame Ritual and still activate Brute for unblockability. You know what we're going to be doing with that. Oh, hello. Well, let's just get on with it. Let's trap Kara and cap. Trap and cap. Trap and cap. You got it. We're still looking good. If they come up with another play, maybe, but I think they're saving food to eat. All right. My thinking was they are red-black, which means they can't really do anything about the aura itself. This is the more powerful creature. I would rather have it stranded on the battlefield than in the graveyard where they could forever young it or something. Oh, that's a good point. It can still... Surkarok could still be a problem with its ability, but... doesn't come up that much, but maybe I should have thought of that. Honestly, I didn't think of that line of rules text. I think of Surkara as herself only. But yeah, my thinking was avoid reanimation. Well, they got the perfect combo for that, huh? I mean, they didn't have anything to spend, it turned out, but it's kind of funny that it absolutely came to pass. That we got hit by a instant or sorcery. And since it pumps, for what it's worth, I'm going to play a mountain. Like, if they ate food somehow and got to 4 life, then double pumping the jousting dummy could matter. You haven't gotten rid of me yet, Valhallis. Yet another aggro red deck. Aggro red-black knights. Looks like a solid deck from Oppo. Lots of good removal. Lots of decent creatures. Decent to good creatures. What do we want to do? If anything here? Do we need to... We got some more 4 toughness problems, but only the 1. We saw a 3 and a 4. Could put in a... Maybe I'll put in a scarecrow per Robert's ongoing suggestion. Overblow your house down on the play. Did they show us? Didn't see anything really worth True Love's Kiss or anything. This adds another 4-drop to our 15 lander, which is a little awkward, so maybe that's not correct. I'm just going to do this. If I'm going to add another one without changing land, I'm just going to add a 3. Joust is more removal, and our creatures aren't that big, even the knights. I think our removal suite is fine without it. And Robert, I don't want to do the Scarecrow because I'm not increasing my lands to 16. If we need to go to game 3, we can talk about it, but you think about what specific swaps you'd want to make, Robert, to do that play. We can talk about it next time. Hopefully we won't talk about it because we'll just be facing our next opponent. Sure. Got Cap into Dummy, into Raiders, into Rockin' Some Rims. Apparently Oppo can't chew gum and play Magic at the same time. Wow, different 1-drop option. We'll go with the red cap, though. Yeah, that's why I put the Raiders back in. It can get to a 4-3, which is a pretty nice combo. There's a reason for True Love's Kiss if we end up going to 3. Probably gonna have to use a Rimrock a Boulder Rush to trade for the first thing that picks up a Steel Claw. Well, shoot. I guess we offer a trade of either one of these by keeping... Oh, no, we don't offer a trade on the red cap. No, it goes to 3, right? Yeah. Okay, so we get to attack in because I will take a turn off to take out a Trebuchet if they want to block either one of these. We could also just use half of a Rimrock. It's going to kill it anyway. I'm going to use half a Rimrock rather than a pump. Yeah, I'm with Razor. Why try to say, let's just use this for part of its intent. And then we get Flutterfox down, and we get to keep the Pain Train rolling. Gingerbrute coming down will make the Flutterfox fly, and we get Gingerbrute plus Rimrock at worst next turn. Yeah, I know. Tell me how to change it, Dionysus. You tell me how to change it, and I'll change it. Thanks. You reminded me how tilted I am about Twitch for stranding me with my... Interesting. Well, I'm going to go Gingerbrute. And do we want to... I could just send... Yeah, sorry, Mike. Took a different line than you did. I can offer Red Cap and Brute to the Foulmire. And then just play the Rimrock if they trade. Yeah, I'm fine with just... because then we have Dragonfire for their follow. I'm going to send in and let them block Brute if they want. I tried even the Nightbot command, but that didn't seem to work. Do I have to do anything besides title? Oh, here. Well, let me try logging in at Nightbot. Maybe that'll do it. All right, let me try. Be right with you, Oppo. Hold on. Hey, it worked. Thanks for the suggestion. I just needed to actually look at the error message there. But no thanks to you, Twitch. You're not helping me at all. Bell is pretty intimidating. Was hoping to burn out from underneath whatever they wanted to try and do that with, but I gotta attack or not. I'm gonna say no attacks here. And drop this Raiders. Because Raiders can be buffed to attack into this Bell. And if they want to start racing, that's going to go bad for them. Raging Red Cap, also backed by Dragonfire, can attack into the Bell. But we're going to drop... this red cap. Ah, this is so awkward. I don't know what their 3 cards are, but I'm going to play it tight for right now. We're going to attack with just the Raiders. I'm kind of expecting Bacon to a Pie or a Scorching Dragonfire or something from them to stop the Raiders from actually connecting. But that's fine. Got to make them use their removal. We're also 1 land away from Ritual, which will make everything here awesome. So that was good right there. That's fine too. If they can just keep anything super gasoline from hitting the board, I think I like where we're at. If we do get a land, we'll probably, well, it depends on what they do. We want to, ideally, we find a land, we attack with everything, or we attack with a red cap, they block, we successfully Scorch / Dragonfire. This screams to me that they're going to play another Knight and re-equip. But if it's a Knight that only has 1 toughness, we can still Dragonfire it. Let's see what they come up with. I played the red cap pre-combat because I was thinking, oh, I'll use the summoning sick creature to buff the Raiders, and that will be really clever. But I didn't need to. It ended up not needing to do that. Wow, so close. They did move it over. We can Flutter Fox. If we're willing to trade one of our creatures, we could get rid of that Trebuchet. We can also just Fox and attack with red cap. It's a bit telegraphed, but that's okay. Well, we kind of expected that. A little unusual that they're racing, though. I'm wondering what they're going to drop after this. If they think they're advantaged in a race. No, I don't think it's worth double blocking with Foxes when we have Silverflame Ritual waiting. All right. We just kind of want to land, though, but I think this is good for us. I'm going to go all out here. They can crack back with the bell if they want, but between Silverflame and Dragonfire in hand after that, we have a lot of good draws. Mike wants to leave Weasel back. He's less all-in than I am. And there's a good reason. Oh, wow, we're very lucky. If they had had Adamant, we'd be dead. I acknowledge this. Oh, we are dead. Never mind. Mike was right. I was wrong. GG. Wish I'd played it Mike's way. Probably would have come up with a win. Magic's hard. They probably did. I think they could have played that many times before if if they'd wanted to. Run it back, I think. Robert, I'm not, yeah, I don't want to do the Scarecrow. I don't think it's the answer here. I think we just run this back. Try to get him dead. Oppo's rejiggering their whole deck, apparently. Wow. Hey, I have 1,337 YouTube subscribers. One might call me elite. All right, let's get this. Blah! One of these needs to be a plains. Oh my god, if one of these is a plains, it's like an amazing hand. Do we keep? We get to go red cap, pump red cap, and have 4 damage at the ready? I didn't watch the Mythic Championship, D. I truly do not know anything that happened. Didn't watch a lick of it. Like, it's constructed and they have it every month now. I remember when Pro Tours meant something. I remember when pros played and I cared and understood what was going on. Well, that's not a very helpful suggestion. I think the fact that we have red cap and removal says we can keep this, but we only have 7 planes. It's one of our risks. All right, I'm going to keep it. Besides, Mike says keep. And if I'd listened to him last time, we wouldn't even be playing this game. It was salty. I used to enjoy Magic organized play coverage, and now I just don't even know what to watch and when and what it all means. Well, they've lost my attention. By having it be a special thing that happened 4 times a year, I gave a damn. Now it's this thing they just throw all the time and like, I don't care, whatever. Red, I do believe eventually it will. They've made it clear on the team that they understand this is something we as the players want quite heavily. Yeah, Oppo mulling to 5 is nice, but we still got to put him away. I understood what was going on in the world where GPs got coverage but they were like pro-ams. I like, you know, the pro-am plus pro world made sense to me, but whatever, I'm an old dinosaur, I guess. Well, if we use this, we could actually pump for the turn, but that seems silly. However, there's nothing else to do, so I'm going to take out the dummy and attack, I think. I guess maybe we save that for Bell or whatever. Maybe I'll just offer red cap here. We're going to end up in more of a control situation, I think, and try to just accept trades because we have a card, we're card up on them. We got 3 pieces of clean 1-for-1 removal. And if we can just find a plains, we get our attack back going. I could Scorch here. They're missing land, though. I'm going to just say my turn and try to find my own way out here. All right. So let's play our own dummy, see if they want to attack. Maybe they'll play a 3rd land, some big red thing that we want to get, or big, whatever. It's only 3 mana, but maybe we use this spell. Nope. Change my mind. Okay. We just take them out, take them both out. Put Fox out and then just see what they want to do. I'm going to play Fox and pass. See where we can get with the Flutter Fox. Mike want Youthful and pass? I kind of don't care if they attack, though, Mike. Like, you want Youthful because the first strike is a little more threatening? Well, I guess there's no reason to give that red cap an extra pump, but I want to see now if they'll put mana into it at all. This is why Mike wanted the Youthful. They probably wouldn't bother with this attack. I just figured I wanted Bell dead. Ooh, Outflank is actually another nice pickup, but precludes us from doing anything else. We're jammed on white mana here. However, I think for this turn we'll go ahead and use the Outflank to take out the presumed trade with the Swordmaster. And yeah, if they don't want to take it, that's even better for us in many respects. Yeah, I'm going to pump. Get an extra point of damage. The choice there was pump for a point of damage or leave red cap up, and I decided to take the point of damage. If they want to invest a bunch of pumps into their Weaselback, for example, that's fine with us. All right, well, I was going to... Well, maybe I still will. I'm going to take out the Swordmaster with the Outflank and actually get the Paladin with the red cap since it dodges the drawback. And the lifelink prevention is kind of just as good for our race as stopping 4. Of course, we just keep flooding on one color. It'd be nice if we'd at least get a split of our lands, but so it goes, so it goes. We still at least 2 spell, and we get Youthful Knight and a dead Paladin. And this tower, with this being their only creature, I think we're in pretty good shape, unless this is some nice cards. Bacon to a Pie is a nice card, that's for sure. But interesting that they're still trying to race with us. Maybe they think the damage is going to get them there. I'm not going to bother with tower this turn. We're going to pump and red cap. Because they don't really have the time to spend on pumping their red cap. So I don't feel the need to trap it into a tower. I want to trap like their next big threat into a tower. Like that. And while not... Oh, this is lethal, I think. We pump either one and it's lethal. All right. Well, it's hard to call it a punt. Again, it depends on what you call a punt, but my decision in the second game that led to a loss is a free lesson since we got the match win. And we get to go for 5. All right. 4 wins. Already great. Maybe we'll find a 5th. Guys, I'm going to play poker tonight. Adam's hosting a poker game. I feel like I haven't played poker in a year and a half. It's a game I used to be good at. Now, I don't know. Yeah, it'll be a no limit Texas Hold'em cash game. 50 cent $1 blinds, $300 max buy-in, and the 7 deuce is on. All right, no 1 drop, but we'll keep this. Yes, so the 7 deuce game says if you win a pot and your 2-card hand is a 7 deuce, you can turn it face up and everybody else at the table owes you $2. So if you win with a 7 deuce, you get $2, and that creates some really funny, interesting incentives. I didn't do a big spiel on it, D, but the TLDR for right now is that when I get the free-to-play 1 account, when I get going optimal to 4x of a set, I'm going to stop drafting I'm going to stop drafting that set on that account and switch to this free-to-play account instead. Save up resources on the main account for the next set. I don't usually buy in for the max. I usually buy in for like 140. That's my choice in that game. All right, so now we have a couple of choices. We can if we Rocket's Rim, sorry, if we red cap it, we lose a land, so we can't do that. But we can. Let's put out Flutterfox and stay back. This looks like we may be offering to trade our Youthful Knight and our Flutterfox for their tracker. And, or they may do this. You know, that's a human, so that's not going to do anything. Let's see if they attack. Attack. Oh, they didn't attack. All right, well, if they're not going to attack, I'm going to send in the Youthful Knight now. I guess we could send in both and cap whatever. Okay, because we kind of want to cap this Hunter anyway. Oh, the tracker's an elk. Good point. It does not have that ability anymore. Sorry. Just forgetting what the transformation actually does. Again, it's just kind of a telegraph if we send in, whereas we could just play the red cap and have some defense available. I think we just want to put 4 damage on the Hunter this turn, though. Do you want to give him an untap with the Hunter, though? I assume they have combat tricks. That's the thing. All right, I will play greedy You know me, I like to play greedy, but I don't like being down to these two options against all this open mana. We're probably taking whatever they do. It's just really risky to like block with our first strike, you know, block with our first strike and then hope that that's enough. Although I guess we get to respond. Yeah, that's true. Steven's got it right. Like, we can do this if we are willing to use this on this, which I think we are, to blow out a trick. Or Oppo's not reading cards. That's another thing that could happen when you give when you give yourself a chance. Maybe they did too. Yeah, it could be. We could deal 4 right now, but I'm going to see if we draw a land. That would help us. Oh, that's even better. That helps us figure some stuff out here. Now we get to attack with everything and have Dragonfire and both of these available. Fox doesn't really have a good attack though, so we'll leave it back. Am I going to hurry the 4X more in the next set? Yes, that's my idea, Dionysus. I talked about that too, that maybe I need to play more offline with the main account so that I can get to 4X faster if we're going to take this route. Because right now the main account is overloaded with gems, and we got to decide what we're going to do with that. All right, so we're going to rock a rim over here. And Scorch a Hunter over here. All right, perfect. Couldn't be more perfect, except by drawing a Silver Flame Squire, potentially making it all moot. They're at 20. I guess let's Squire it. I mean, we keep telegraphing what we're up to, not attacking with a Flutterfox, attacking with our first strikers, but... Okay, now they're just going to do that. So how do I want to play that? We can go... we'd still do Squire, but I think what we'll do is actually... Well, if we Squire... Yeah, I guess we could Squire and just still cap it. It doesn't kill it, though. You gotta save the Squire. I don't think we need to save the on alert. I guess we can play Dwarf and have this. I just think we're gonna need this to combine with our first strikers to get the Smasher. That's true. We could Squire and cap after. We'll just take this for now. Those knights can't block this one. Yes, good point. You'd only be able to do it with the Fox. I think I'm going to build out... We're definitely playing the Rimrock. I'm trying to figure out if we play the Squire for no value, because then we have a turn where if we draw a land, we get Silver Flame plus Red Cap. And that's a pretty sweet turn. But I guess we will hold on the chance that we fire off the Red Cap on something else for them right now. Maybe they'll attack. You gonna attack with that? Oh, they're going aggro. Wow. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the Silver Flame alone. I think we just let him have this. 14, did I miscount? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, indeed, 14. Mike and I are playing very differently today. So far, I think Mike would be playing a lot better than me today, though, so maybe I should just be listening to Mike. Yeah, basically, D. Buy a bunch of packs. You know, we have the gems for it. Why not? We're well ahead of even on that account. All right, 4 total mana. Silver Flame Red Cap is another... Well, we have an untapped block, possibly. Let's send this and this, and then we need Flutterfox for Smashy Smash, and we'll leave Youthful Knight as a good block for Deathless. Now let's see. Are we just taking this trade straight up, or do I want to save it? We need Red Cap plus Fox for Smasher, which leaves us... it does leave us with Silver Flame, and it untaps it. So I'm going to do this. They can take out the Flutter Fox. This is bad news for us, but we'll now 2-for-1 ourselves to between Fox and Red Cap to take out the Smasher if we can. Youthful Knight is a nice threat on the Deathless. If they take out one of our Knights, the other one can at least threaten to trade with the Deathless temporarily. They can life gain it back. But if they can't kill the Youthful Knight, this is just a standoff here. Hoping they just attack with a Smasher. That's kind of our sign that things are going the way we want. And if they're worried enough not even to attack with a Smasher, even better. Yeah, Smasher's quite the card in the current Knight-heavy meta. Lots of people playing Knight-based decks. No, I think Oppo is reading cards, and they're trying to figure out if they can afford to take the Smasher off of defense. They're going for it. That means we'll probably get the trade we want here. But we can do that at the end of their turn. Don't need to do it mid-combat or anything. Yep, this is an Eldraine draft. 94 Gaming. And yeah, we will now finish off this thing. Ginger Brute, interesting. Is that worth anything to us, though? Actually, I think we just... We could offer Rimrock. We would take Rimrock for any of these except Deathless Knight. Rimrock's not the best, so I'm actually gonna play our 2/2s, and we continue to be one land away from a pretty good result here. Yeah, Brute can be blocked by the Deathless Knight. That's a good thing to remind me of. But if we can get Ginger Brute to be a 2/2, at least Deathless. Oh, things are looking so good for us. Still could be okay, but that's a brutal draw. Wicked Wolf is a heck of a magic card. For limited, especially. Lesai. And I'm not really seeing how we can block here. We got to go to 2 and hope we draw planes. I'm going to go to 2 and see if we can find a planes. It's our only hope. That is not the answer. Now we have to ritual just to get some 3 toughness, 3/3s, get 3 power on board. But yeah, they just have it. The Rimrock can't block, so we're dead on board if they see the attack with everything, but maybe they won't. See, give your chance. We're still going to lose this, but give your opponents a chance to make a mistake, right? I could attack with the Rim, but I think now they just looked at it like, I mean, we should be dead, but we're not because we didn't. And we can also block. Well, anything we block with kind of makes him do the Wicked Wolf trick, so let's make him do that. I don't think we can win from here still, but I like that Oppo's giving us extra chances. We can now outflank that Paladin. We're not dead yet, though. Just saying. Now, oh, okay, now we're dead. But we made him show. What? What do you even mean? Oh, Oppo punt? I mean, if you're talking about an Oppo punt, yeah. We just did what we could there, which was ultimately not enough. Green, black, big stuff food. So kind of just need to get in there. Like, I don't want to go big to try and deal with their big. I think we just need to go fast. Anything for True Love's Kiss worthwhile. There's a Henge Walker, but I don't think that's worth it. Anything in here? Kenris Transformation, no. Well, their deck has some good cards in it. Wicked Wolf, no joke. Yeah, that's the thing. We could go big, but I don't even think... Like, the trouble is, if we change our whole deck plan to include a Searing Barrage so that we can take out one of their big things, we're still just... We should still die. Yeah, Guru's putting it... is getting to what I'm saying. Like, going long to try and make Barrage work just dilutes what we're trying to do with the deck, and we lose a long game. We just have to try to win a short game, and I think our deck is already set up to do that to the best of our ability. So I'm just going to run it back. Yeah, exactly. We're going to keep Blow the House down for sure, that kind of thing. We're just trying to kill him dead before the game goes long, because we're not going to win a long game against this opponent. But we can't keep that, so we're going to mulligan. This we can keep. And we're going to be Greed House here. That's all we can do is get a little lucky and keep all of our action and hope that the action is enough. Totally, David. I love it. The London Mulligan has made mulliganing and limited so much better. There's so many more games of Magic that actually occur after mulligans now. Sadly, we will offer this. They probably won't take it, given that they're one turn away from... Okay, they want to take that? That's fine. I mean, they have a Curious Pair. Yeah, they've changed their mind. Like, I wouldn't make that block. They're about to play a Curious Pair, which will... you know, stonewall a red cap, or at least make me pump to trade. So I like that choice from Oppo. We'll go with First Striking Youthful Knight here. If we find a Rim Rock or something, that'll go well with the the First Strike. Yeah, Curious Pair is just like deck nemesis. Will they? Yeah, they're not even going to bother with the food. All right, and because Curious Pair is a trouble for us, I'm gonna just burn it out now and offer the tracker for the red cap again. Get in for 2. Three, I guess. I figured they would trade at that point, but maybe not. So, Laris, thank you for that raid. Appreciate that. Welcome, Raiders. We are in the rubber match of this best of 3 event. Did I update? Yeah, we're 4-1. So, win or lose, this event ends after this match, and we are trying to get there for the 5 win. We have a 15 land hyper aggro Boros deck. We have 1 4-drop. That's a Silver Flame Ritual. We have about 4 or 5 3-drops. Everything else is 1 or 2. And yeah, we're going to swing all here. If they want to trade red cap for Broom, that's great. And then we get a nice red cap play after. For Raiders who don't know who I am, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe back in 2009. Before leaving the show to take a job at Wizards of the Coast, where I worked for seven years on Magic R&D and Magic Arena. And now I'm here weekday mornings streaming Arena. Certainly not going to block that. And we're going to go... Wow. Weaselback, Jousting Dummy this turn. Oppo struggling on lands a little bit too, but we're going to build out our board and then use Blow Your House Down to get in a big attack, and then hopefully just try and pick them off from there. But we don't really have attacks right now. Oh, thanks, Solaris. Well, they heard it again. Definitely been finding aggro is the way to go after the last round of bot updates. With Blow Your House Down, we can't make all 3, unable to block. I'm going to actually drop the Flutterfox in that case. The Jousting Dummy makes it fly. They have no flying blocking, so we can actually... Oh, whoa, that's not what we wanted to do. Let's no attacks that. And really, Flutterfox becomes the new board nemesis. Can they deal with the Flutterfox right now? That's the question. Could have sent Weasel and the 1-2, but not without... But then, they, of course, have an immediate answer for the Flutterfox. So that's no bueno. See you, Oni. Now we can send in double red cap or double weaselback if we want. Right on, Solaris. Have a nice meal. Okay. You just like one weasel? We could send in two. Threatens to trade weasel for anything of theirs, right? Why just one, Mike? If you like one, why don't you like two? I'm gonna send two. We're happy with every trade, so why not? Ah, pump spell for fears, sure. Well, then we're still trading one for one. I'm down with that. Looks like the wall of first strike here is holding off Oppo a little bit. Oh, maybe they do have something. We saw a trick in the first game, but they didn't use it there. Meme Machine Redemption. Here's your Thunder Drake meme. Maybe they just drew it. That's definitely possible. If we double block and they have it, boy, is it a blowout. Yeah, it could be. But these are all things you would have expected them to use last turn. Pump is a real blowout, but giving them cards is a real blowout too. I think we let them have this one. They get a card, but if we can wait until Jousting Dummy can at least pump to a 3-1, then I would much rather do that. No, I'm not going to chump. I didn't like chumping. That's annoying too. We can make a brute. And still have the pump plan. Gonna try and dummy pump for the adversary and just take 5 from the paladin, assuming they attack with both. They just want to do that. Okay, they don't want to trade. Well, that's good to know. Probably means they don't have the trick, or they'd go ahead and trade dummy for their trick. But obviously we can't do anything to block here, so we're kind of racing. Don't know how good we're going to be at racing here. Rimrock Knight would be nice. Oh, that's rough too. We're up against a bad matchup for this deck. And it's a good deck, too. It's a good deck in the abstract, and it's pretty good. It's even better against us, specifically. Hey, there's that Rimrock I was just requesting. What can we do with that now? We can blow the house down and Rimrock and get in for 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can get in for 11, but we're dead on the crackback. They're at a virtual 16 anyway. I need to Rimrock and pump the Jousting Dummy just to be able to even block the Paladin. And then it still gets us. Pump and cast it out? What do you mean cast it out? Oh, pump Rimrock, yeah. It's all pretty ugly. I think we can go red cap, attack, and then we can rimrock, pump it, but then we need to keep jousting dummy around even just to chump the paladin. Yeah, we'll see how they want to block here. If they just block with a Curious Pair, then maybe we just let that happen and try and keep the double block on the paladin alive. Or not the double block, the double pump for the paladin alive. I think so. This game is very bad for us, and I think we do need to save double pump on the jousting to just have a chance at that paladin. So you definitely have to do that. What is this? How did that happen? Oh, darn it, I screwed it up. I needed to pump first. All right, well, let's figure out what else to do instead then. I guess we have to go here and here. Pump, punt. Well, we're not dead. It was just bad. It just means we can't block the paladin. Maybe we'll save the youthful and just block and eat. Can't block. I guess we can block and rimrock. Can't eat and pump. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna rimrock the ginger brute. Thus endeth the stream. Sorry, new raiders. I'm not staying on for very long. But we'll find someone else for you to go to. I mean, I didn't play that perfectly or anything, but we weren't winning that game. That deck was better than ours and was a really good matchup for our game. Long hair hitter wondering what the heck I'm doing. We were dead. That's all. Just playing around. Yes, Nantugo, I can do some Saturday stuff with you. I'll get you a time before the end of the week here. Let's claim this prize. Not bad. Still got profit back on our 1,500 entry. Got some packs. This is our side kind of throwaway account that we're playing limited on right now so that we can build up our resources for the next set on our main account and maybe get going on the next set's 4X much sooner. Yeah, the insatiable appetite with the food around was pretty unbeatable for Oppo there. They had no real risks. You go to profile and soapbox for a sec before we head out. We can chat a bit. Fluffy Face asks, are there any stores in Seattle you'd suggest for paper drafts? Why, of course there is. My sponsor, Card Kingdom, has 2 brick and mortar stores in the Seattle area, Mox Boarding House Seattle and Mox Boarding House Bellevue. And I'm not only mentioning that because they are my sponsor. I'm mentioning that because I think it's the best place to play Magic in Seattle if you have the time and inclination and you're in the area. No, Saturday I'm going to jump into Nantuko's charity stream. So yeah, let's just announce that right now, Nantuko. Nantuko is asking about something he's doing on Saturday. He's doing a 12-hour charity stream on Saturday. And I'm going to pop in on Nantuko's stream sometime Saturday, probably in the morning, my time, AM Pacific, 15-hour, and jump in and do a draft or something with Nantuko. and I'm not sure exactly when it's going to be yet. I'm going to work it out with Nantuko this week, but that's what I'm going to be doing this Saturday. And anyway, this account is also free to play. We never put in any money except the $5. I put a $5 into the starting bundle into this account as well. And this is going to be our secondary account that we use to free to play when our free to play primary account is 4x'd. And right now it's 4x'd. So we're going to come on this account when we want to draft Eldraine right now. All right. Wanted to get 5 wins. Couldn't quite get there. But, you know, we had a pretty good run of it. I think all told, good day of Magic. I'm going to see who I know who's around to raid right now. We got loading. Oh, they're offline. Lady Lavinius is playing some Magic. Noxious is playing Hearthstone. I guess it's Lavinius it is. I guess all the pros have not come back from their travel yet. So while Lavinius is... Doesn't this mean no gems? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, because the value of opening packs on the other account now is severely diminished from a collection building standpoint. So we're saving that for the future. If you want a little more detail, watch the VOD. And I explained it at the beginning of the VOD. I'm also going to go into a lot more detail soon. But right now, I want to move on, and we're going to raid here. Raid Lady Lavinius, because at least she's streaming some Magic. Meme redeemed. Oh, we're Weird Science? Sure. Let me get you a Weird Science before we go. Weird Science. All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Say hello to the lady for me, and we will see you tomorrow. I hope so. See ya.